Yeah, and then we're looking at a team like W7M, and I feel like this is also a team that has the elements of keeping other players and other teams guessing. But the question really remains, after what we've heard from Liquid, can they step up to the plate, and which player really is the scary one?
This might be a bit of a different game than what they've had before. I mean, we heard in the interview they said, oh, we haven't really had very difficult matchups so far. Well, they have a matchup now with a team that they're very familiar with. They said, of course, we play each other in our home region quite often. We scrim each other as well. It's very familiar territorium for them in that regard. But yeah, Fulps against his former team. We've seen this. Fulps has been in a situation quite a few times. He seems to be getting away from teams, whereas he misses out on the success from that team. But then when playing against him, his personal performance doesn't always seem to be the greatest. So there's definitely some kind of grudge, as you mentioned, for him today. And I'm hoping that he can really step up.
Rent-free.
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit rent-free, maybe a little bit too emotional. We talk about Liquid being emotional. Maybe Volps is a little bit too emotional inside of the server on an individual basis. But for W7M, they've had to reinvent themselves, I would say. Because if you look at when they were lost, they were previously known as Lost. They competed, the core at least, at the Atlanta Major final. What did they do that off the back of? It was Maya, it was mainly Maya and Lobin. Big individual players carrying them through. Once they lost Maya, that kind of fell off. We didn't see them at Manchester, you know. They've had to really reinvent themselves, find what works for them. And to be honest, they're doing an excellent job at it inside of the server at the minute.
Yeah, I think that definitely has to be a big loss for them, but what we're seeing from them so far, having had the limited time that they now have as this roster together, having played, what, 9 best-of-3s prior to coming to the Esports World Cup, their synergy and teamwork seems to be so good. The aggression is definitely a key factor for them as well. I guess in regards to the maps that we're going to, that might play a really big part too. The 3 Cs are maps that I'm expecting here, maps that both these teams are really good at. That's what a kind of crossover point lays in regards of what maps do these teams really enjoy playing.
Yeah, you're looking at W7M, and it's also a team that is kind of escaping from trying to escape at least from the success of the previous W7M roster under that banner. Something to take into consideration as well. But starting off with the map picks and bans, I am looking at which maps do we think are going to be the scrappiest and the most aggressive ones?
Well, Anne mentioned the three Cs, of course, being Chalet, Clubhouse, and Consulate. I think I had a little conversation with W7M, and they did say, expect to see both teams' best maps. Now, Brazil map vetoes with each other are a little bit hard to read because Brazilian teams kind of have one map veto that they show to the rest of the world and one map veto they say for the top Brazilian teams. So sometimes it's a little bit hard to read, and as we can see, it will be Chalet coming out from W7M, and you've been waiting for that one.
I'm so excited because both these teams have been flawless on Chalet since March. So Liquid's won 7 games on it, W7M 6. So one of these 2 teams is going to lose their winning streak on that map. For Nighthaven as well, a map that we haven't seen from Liquid yet. We have seen it from W7M, so once again, familiar space for Liquid to know what their opponent is going to be doing on that. And I'm not surprised with a decider like Consulate. I mentioned the 3 Cs, maps that these 2 teams both are very, very good at, so it could go all the way to 3 maps, but it should be very good quality on all of these 3.
One thing that I love when it's a map veto in a best of 3 is which approach teams take, because you can either choose to try and play a strong map for you, regardless of what your opponent is doing on it, or you can look to picking into an opponent's weak map. I think both of these teams have gone, let's just get on all of our best maps here and really put on a show. It's not just that they want to win, they want to really assert dominance into that over team and actually show them, hey, we are the better team with the new player that we got from your team.
Win in style, break potentially someone's losing. I mean, one of them is going to have to lose that winning streak, right? You can't be undefeated if you're both playing it. And I think as well, great quality siege. That is something that we're looking forward to, especially with, I really like the point that you brought up when it comes to these Brazilian teams, where when it comes to their map vetoes for their own local region, it's a little different than when you're going up against the rest of the world. Want to dive deeper into that? What would you think the reasoning behind that is? Is it the aggression, the play style, the fact that they know they can just both rely on gunplay?
I think it's facing a very similar playstyle has a factor into it. When you face a European team or a North American team or a team from APAC, you know that there's distinct differences. You know, North American teams will be slower. European teams will be maybe a little bit more strategical, but a little bit less applied. And APAC teams generally will be a little bit crazy. When you play a Brazilian team, they think like you. They know how you're going to think. So it starts changing that dynamic of, hey, do we want to change these maps?
World Cup.
But add into that, a lot of these top Brazilian teams have all been team teammates with each other at points in time. They know each other. They play on a LAN league. They interact with each other outside of the game and outside of the server. It creates so many mind games that go on.
I have some
we've
videos
seen teams literally just pick their
channel,
permaban because they know it will throw their opponent off, which they'd never think of doing against different regions.
Just mind games after mind games after mind games when it comes to these map picks. But we also have the results ready for the STC play predictions. In regards to which team we think is going to be coming out on top, 77%. Very heavy favorites for Liquid. And I want to ask here, Anne, because you look a little shook.
Yeah,
like, I'm not gonna lie.
It's more like if you go off previous results between these two teams, it's essentially 2-2 in maps from what they've done in their own respective region. So that to me should say that this could be a way closer vote in regards of what people think what team is going to come out victorious here. So I think Liquid coming out victorious at that more recent matchup, that being a best of 3 as well,
you can
might
play
give
a
them a
lot
bit of
with
an
the
upper hand
distraction.
here. I mean, we saw the confidence in the interview as well. We beat them before. We're going to do it again.
RPGs.
I mean, they're going to have to, right? If they want to go to that finals, because there is no lower bracket. Adds a little bit more spice to it as well. A little bit more of excitement when it comes to the fact that this is the last time we're going to be seeing one of these teams compete here.
It's absolutely crazy. There's so much on the line. There's the kind of personal revenge arc of Volt. There's obviously Maya going against his old team. There's the two teams just competing inside of the competition, wanting to win this competition for their own money. And then you add in Liquid as well, who are now competing for club championship points. There are so many things to think about, and so many stresses and pressures on this team.
And not just that, I mean, we've said it so many times. Liquid have some of the best players that have ever touched this game, but have never won something major on their roster as well. They know that they don't like it when we keep on bringing this up, but they need to show it if they want to prove that they can be there at that very top level.
I do keep saying this. I will stop saying that line about Liquid when they get over the line and win something, and that's the big thing for them. It's when they get over that line.
The question that needs to be answered, but we have Liquid going up against W7M for a chance in the finals at EWC. The Brazil redemption arc for the international stage starts now.
The finals is arcade, an arcade FPS. That's why he's fast.
To become a champion at the Esports World Cup, you must have several traits. Passion, perseverance, grit, and guts, just to name a few. Qualities that our 4 remaining teams here have in abundance. My name is Ian Chambers, this is Milosh, and we are all set for a superb semi-final Saturday of Siege.
Absolutely. It's been a lot of heartbreak, a lot of tears of joy, and, well, of just sadness at the end of it. Your run might have ended if you did not qualify to the semifinals here at the Esports World Cup, as we mentioned, there's no way back. There's no way to resurrect back into the bracket. It's all out in every single game. A boulevard of broken dreams and broken keys in many ways, because teams are not just playing for money and glory, they're playing for a trophy and for a spot in history.
Now, we've spoken a lot about this trophy, but we've never really truly shown you it yet, so just come with us over here and see this magnificent piece of silverware that our teams are competing for. Only one of them will have the opportunity to raise it high in the air when this is all said and done. Now, Milosh mentioned a really key word there, a key emotion, heartbreak, and you can see it just lingering beneath in the depths. Heartbreak is real.
It always has to be around. You see keys that have been destroyed so far in the tournament, and to bring it even closer to you, we got a couple here. Which one did you have?
I got Bleed Esports right here.
I got Space Station Gaming.
Every
there
piece
you go.
of the map.
These
and
two teams were eliminated last night.
Some players
and
know
as you saw at the end of each game, we
know.
take those keys and we break
Even in Pro League.
them. But that's only after the losing team gives up the
That's
key
the thing about
to the
this game.
one that just
You are
beat them.
always
There's
learning
something about it. There's a way
because
about it.
They're very
you
heavy,
can be
and I think it's
creative.
time for lack of a
And
better
you
term, to
are
add
different
these
than
to the
me,
key
so-
graveyard. Should we do this? I'm sorry, Bleed. You putting a magnificent
You
performance
know
out
some
here.
things I don't
Space
know. I
station
know some things you don't
blast
know.
off into the nether regions.
We can learn with each other, you know.
You could hear that weight, couldn't
We
you?
can
Yeah,
learn
it's
around the
there's a
world.
satisfaction to it.
There
But
is.
imagine you are the team that is
And on this
crushing
game,
the
you
key
can learn
at the end of it.
a lot
Imagine how satisfied
just
we are
for
here,
watching.
how they are.
I'm going to be
pay
the more
attention,
satisfied when we get this
learn a
semi-final
lot.
underway, Milos.
We absolutely should. Let's introduce our
Angles,
teams, starting with
peaks,
Team Liquid.
Counters with mute jammers and Maestro. Echo drones.
They made it to the semifinals at the
etc.
Manchester Major, and here at the Esports World Cup, they do it once more. Maya has been a big spearhead of this squad and a big lead to get them to where they are. But the question is never and has never
many
been,
hours?
can
Who, me?
Liquid succeed? As it has always been, can they win the gold at the end of the day? And today, they must win in order to make it to
Like
finals.
Their opponents
3,000 or
in this
something.
all-Brazilian buffet, W7M!
I have like
It's hard to believe that this is their
700
first
on
time
PC
coming out
and all the rest on
onto the
console.
stage. They have been
But,
in
well, the map
tremendous
knowledge and
form.
everything
Two
is
back-to-back
the same.
2-0 best of threes
the
in their
gameplay.
rearview mirror, and they are coming here to do damage
Yes.
to Team Liquid, specifically
More or
Volks,
less.
who used to don the Liquid jersey and may well
More or
have
less.
a chip on his shoulder.
Or close
here.
to
We
that.
are set for something truly special, Milos.
Absolutely. Please, gentlemen, Team Liquid, W7M, I think they should
I
set up.
play a lot
Please,
with
guys, go and place your keys into their
bots
holsters.
in the
Only one of
beginning to
you
learn.
will get to keep it. The other one shall
To be
be
honest,
destroyed and join the
on
rest of
console.
our losers
And
here at the
even
bottom.
sometimes
You know, Ian, there's
my
something
first
that they
game
highlighted
on
at the desk,
PC
and I
is
definitely do
against
agree
bots.
with. There's a lot of, I guess, brotherhood,
Warming up
camaraderie
a
within
little
the
bit.
Rainbow Six scene. But I don't think people
Sometimes.
understand the level of brotherhood that there is between these two teams and rivalry at the same time. Yesterday we had this chat, Lagona saying, you play W7M, how do you feel about that? It's like, you know what? I used to play with most of these boys
Console or
here.
PC
I
is
know
easier.
how it is
Console
to be
is
on that
easier.
other side. And for me, it's
lot
like
easier.
facing brothers.
And
in
the
this
game is
The brotherhood is real.
not
Milos,
so
should we get
fast.
into this?
We absolutely should.
And,
Let's get it on.
sometimes the players how can I say this? You play different on console because the hardware don't allow you to do some things you can do on PC, like the gameplay, you know. On PC, the thing is more it's different. The game is
Ladies
different
and gentlemen,
for
boys
itself.
and girls, welcome to the semifinals of EWC here in beautiful Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. My name is Stokes, and I am joined with Pengu for W7M versus Liquid, a Brazilian brawl
A
and
big
one that
thing
has a
is
lot of heat around it.
some people
especially
play
since back
mouse and
in
keyboard
March,
on
Pengy,
console,
we had a little trade
thinking
between these rosters. Volts
he's the
goes to the way
same
of
on
W7M,
PC
Maya
with
goes
mouse
to
and
the way of
keyboard.
Liquid,
It's not the same.
and this one could get pretty feisty.
It can. Honestly, I love
But
always
some
seeing
people
Liquid make these
think,
like big
oh, I'm playing
top
mouse and
8,
keyboard
top 4,
on
sometimes
console.
even grand finals positions.
I play
but I
like
will say,
PC players.
whenever
No.
they face
No,
a
you
domestic
don't.
matchup, another Brazilian team, I
No,
start
you
feeling
don't.
for them just a little bit.
You are
because as
still
just
playing
pointed out,
console.
Liquid, they have this strategic way of playing the game that when you
You-
don't know
you
it,
just
it's
have
so hard to
more,
beat. But W7M and Liquid, they play each other all the
freedom.
time domestically, so they will
Let's
be
say
prepared.
like
They will be
this.
ready. This is the
A
big
little
challenge for
freedom
Team Liquid to show
with
they
mouse
can
and
go off
keyboard
the paper, off the
on
straps, and
console.
play on the fly.
But
Rainbow
the
Six
gameplay is
Siege.
different.
It's going to be
But some
truly
players
incredible. And you can
believe
see the
it's
excitement
amazing.
here in the W7M booth as they start to sit down on their thrones.
Some even mains are
Prepared for
nightmares.
war up against Liquid and specifically Maya. As
Yes.
again, earlier this year, he had changed fates, changed roster, changed jerseys. And the opinion's up to you on how good that has been. But for what we've seen at least at this
Yesterday,
tournament, Maya's been playing pretty darn
on
well.
Skyscraper,
We talked about it
I saw
earlier
one
in the
peak.
Liquid game that we casted up against Dark Zero. When Maya
I didn't
first
know
joined
about
Liquid, it looked like
in
it
a
was going to be the
wall.
struggle bus for him.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, he just really did
You
not fit
reinforce
into
a
their
wall.
system. And now
I don't
things are
know the
looking a little bit
name.
better.
Yeah, and the funny thing is also, on the other side of W7M,
And that wall, when
you're
it's
looking at the star
reinforced,
performers for this
it's
tournament,
difficult,
Lobin
and you can
Volps.
destroy
Volps, the player who
outside
didn't do all that great on Team
the
Liquid,
map.
has now found himself with new energy and a much better individual
which
and
maps
team performance on
they
the
are
side of
going to play.
W7M. So it feels like both teams ultimately just got the better trade for their respective parts of it.
Yeah, most definitely. And I mean, honestly, if it benefits both parties, why not at the end of the day, right? But that's the thing. Now we got to find out which team truly benefited the most. Can Liquid make it to another grand final and try and finally escape their fate, man? It's happened so many times where we've seen Liquid just get close enough to be able to reach out and grab a trophy, grab a major, and it continues to slip through their fingers. You most definitely have to feel for people like Nesk, like Palu, who have been around this block so many times, but still have not been able to claim that hunk of metal
After
that
you say
they
reinforce,
so desperately want.
you can.
Liquid versus W7M, folks. Night
Like at the
Haven
bottom of
Labs
the
up. We're going to get an
scoreboard.
ace ban out here initially, and a lot to be said about that. One of the better hard breachers, mostly used on walls. You're never really going to see him for hatches. Liquid's going to ban out Ram, and I'm loving these interesting offensive bans. This plays right into Night Haven.
I was going to say, like, whenever Liquid
walls.
seems to play whatever matchup that they're doing, we don't see like Monty or Blitz or Dokkaebi, those more
you will
default
get better
attackers getting banned out by
reinforcing
either
walls
side.
when
Because
you
yesterday,
know the map.
Liquid Dark Zero, it was target
Because
back
you
from
know
both
the
sides.
peaks
Here,
from attacks,
same story follows
from
through where Ace and Ram,
when you
it
are-
happens,
when you are
but not
attacking.
all that often on the attacking side.
Which
whereas
team?
Tupara and
Liquid is very good.
and Asami have
The other one
a much
is
higher
very good
frequency
also.
on defense. So the attacks, of course, that's where most teams will be cooking things up and doing things a little bit differently.
Reinforcing sides
Even the Ying,
or
the Capital,
rooms
the Shield
to
Operator, for
defend
example. On
is very
defense, we
important.
expect to see that same kind of usual lineup because you simply
I
need
don't
certain
know a lot
things for
of
a
this
bomb set
map.
to work and to thrive. For example, your castle barricades, your bandit batteries, your Valkyrie cameras for intel
Between
later on.
Emerald-
That's always going to be a
Emerald
staple,
Plains,
but on attack, you can break
Lair,
the rules and do
and
whatever
Night
you
Haven,
want
I
to
prefer
by just countering
Night
your
Haven.
opponent.
100%. I love that you bring that up as well, Nick, because the big thing is that these two offensive bans, these are the first time that we've seen these the entire tournament. No Ram bans yet, no Ace
Reinforce,
bans yet.
save the wall.
Tubarão
Yes,
has been
some
banned out now
players
for
don't
the
reinforce.
6th time at this
No surprise
tournament.
there.
So, yeah, but
And you
when
get
you have,
points
Monty
for
as well
that.
as Ying at 18 and 16 bans respectively, kind of puts it into perspective for y'all at home.
And that's the funny thing because Liquid, they're a phenomenal multi team. They even play bits these days from Lagonis, but yet most
Ibana,
teams don't actually care to
IQ,
ban it out against
Buck,
them. And that's
Maverick,
the big surprise
and
for me.
Dokkaebi.
W7M, of course, they know a lot better than I would say Dark
Bandit,
Zero does when it comes to Liquid
Gasto,
because they play each other domestically. So the fact that they
and
ban
Goyo.
out the Asami and the Ace is saying, hey, we don't think the shield is going to be a problem. We can play against it if you bring it. But here in the first round, Liquid, they did hover the Muncie for a short moment. But in the end, Lagonis with the Maverick, that hard destruction guarantee to counter out the Bandit on defense.
All right, folks. When's the last time that you saw somebody try and mav
He's
on
making
Clubhouse?
walls to destroy
It's basically the same thing.
bandit
It's just
batteries.
downstairs. That's really the only difference, and still the same
no,
risks.
destroying the
you
wall.
can see the wall getting immediately spammed here, and you always got to worry about that. Neat little thing there from Lagonis as well. A lot of people, the big thing they mess up on their Maverick tricks, Pengy, is that they always prone when they go for that bottom one. You don't have to do that. You can just crouch and torch that line instead. And yeah, they might tag up your feet a bit, but you're not getting shot in the head.
He's very good. Nesk is very good. And
Now
Reset,
Liquid,
I think he's
they
good.
like to go slow in the
Lagonis is
beginning
also
because
good.
their biggest priority is to get into the building with 5 attackers alive to set themselves up for a late round execute. This is a team that is all about trying to get down that diffuser and attack the bomb set itself. So usually they go for a very clear and clean roam clear attempt rather on the attacking side.
see,
so no surprise
look at
here,
their
a lot of
bans.
droning, a lot of
Ram
holding
and
angles,
Tubarão,
getting the right people in
Asami
the right
and Ace.
positions, and when they feel like they're safe enough, then they can
Powerful
start moving forward and
bans.
clearing out the full map right now.
Yeah, and honestly, the more and more that we get Night Haven Labs play inside of professional
Nest
play, the
similar
more and
to
more I
Smoke
love it. And
Operator.
honestly, I thought from the very rip it was going to be
Nest
quite
is
a positive
he's
map
really
for our
good.
scene,
He's a
and
really
so
good
far so
player.
good. It's very interesting. I
Really
love
good
the
player.
innovation that we've seen so far, and hopefully it continues to prosper. Volps is going to be our very first pick here. Not very action-packed. They're able to find him off the dope call, get their first kill under wraps.
Now it's all about slowing things down a little bit more. They hold those angles, lock down those staircases, and win that gunfight. And there it is. Dash goes down. That's a huge pick because that's smoke off the board. C4 follows. So now there is no plant deny for W7M.
You talked about the patience here. Might have a punishing move, but no, the Goyo of Loban's going to miss out, but he'll finally be able to take down Maya inside of tanks. Going to start moving over towards the farther side here. Try and assist Dots over on the actual tank side, other side Exosuit, apologies. Haven't got to cast Nighthaven in a little bit, so gonna be a moment here for me, but that's okay. Loban will still be over inside of that Exo area as we'll have Palu. The nice little angle on the hatch, but this is going to be Liquid's bread and butter more than likely for the majority of this map, as there's a lot of exterior pressure that you can pull off with these windows. That was almost a critical blunder if that would have went awry with Lagonis crossing that angle, but fortunately not for Liquid, they won't have to worry about it. 18 seconds remain. Loban's going to try and hit the dash, but it won't happen. And well, it's going to be down to Dots, not Dash, and hopefully he can dash around and assist, because it's a 1 versus 2, but a very clutchable 1 versus 2 given the circumstances. We have Lagonis down. Resets has to try and find this kill, but it's going to be Dots all day, baby.
They lost.
W7M with the very first round up against Liquid.
Such a clean execute there from W7M.
Remember this.
We're going to play in our 2 corners, try and fit out 1
remember this. Oh my god.
To make that possible.
Remember.
Just play out the bomb
this is a
side.
5v5.
They didn't really utilize their manpower advantage.
You are already winning.
5 versus 2,
Why?
we saw Maya immediately.
You are inside the building.
Can just rush the bomb side.
Reinforce the building.
Didn't shoot the Valkyrie
The
cannon.
attackers, they need to come inside and plant the diffuser or kill all the defenders.
Because then they go, okay, let's not throw this round, let's slow it down, but they
you
all
have,
went from the
and
exact same location,
is
more
your
or
best
less,
friend
so pressure,
on defense.
no one outside the breach.
You can
allow
win
them
on
to
defense
rotate around the bomb side and find those individual picks
different ways.
Yeah, timer eating at him, Maya kind of making a misplay there, just off on his own island as
on
he drops
attack,
down
you
that
just
hatch,
have
and
2 ways. You kill everyone or you plant.
Liquid just getting a little bit too big for the britches in that moment.
I mean, it's a shame because strategically, Liquid, they absolutely won that
on
round.
defense side, you can win with time,
but
you can
the
win
scoreboard doesn't care about that,
you can win killing
they hit their shots
all the
better
5
in those
attack
individual
players.
moments. So Liquid, of course, if this goes to a
already
close
winning.
series or a close battle of
in the beginning,
that is a round you can look back
like
on and
this,
say, guys,
like this.
we should have won this
is already
one.
winning.
We didn't, and we gotta do better, because if this keeps going forward,
some
we're
people
actually
doesn't
lose
know
on a
that.
map that we should absolutely
They are already winning.
Well, you know me, I've been
are
playing way
inside
too much
waiting.
Tekken over the last handful of days with so many people in the player lounge. I think genuinely, guys, I played like 90 games yesterday. It was like a straight 5 hours. But the main thing that I've been saying to everybody is it's not over till it's over. It doesn't matter what your health bar is at. It doesn't matter how many people you have alive on your team in Rainbow Six.
Yep.
If things go wrong for the opponent and you have the chance to reach out and capture that, you can win a round. That's exactly what just happened. W7M with a very big statement there is they keep cool as a cucumber to be able to take round 1 onto round 2, and Liquid already looking for answers to what W7M have provided.
Very different defense here, much more utility being used. The Yokai drones from Echo, a Runic Gate, and of course those mirror windows.
Are
They're
you
saying,
watching
hey,
this?
Liquid, we have a strong bomb
open
site
the
that
wall
4
and
to
leave.
5 players will play
Why?
on, and just sit tight and play close together.
Nice.
You need to problem solve and pick
You
this
can
apart
use
correctly, or you will not be able to get that execution
wall
that you so desire. And Liquid
later.
have responded in a very similar way, playing Thatcher, Harbinger, and the Monty.
Like,
that's the 3 operators that can work
you
together,
open,
break apart those walls,
you
destroy
open, in
the
this
setup,
case,
and try and get on the
he
diffuser.
opened
But again, if
the
Liquid
wall
can't find these
for
opening picks, they can't find a way
Grim.
in towards the building, they're going to be locked up for way too long, and then time
He's
becomes
gonna
an
kill
issue,
you will
especially
see.
against the
You'll
Echo.
Now, I'm so happy they brought the shields up earlier because it's such a big thing here for Liquid. That entire situation inside of that last round could have been completely circumnavigated
windows is
via
very
Monty.
important.
I mean, you can just apply pressure, you can look wherever you want as long as you're
Doesn't
facing
mean
forward. They can't
you're
shoot
going
you.
to
It's a
use it,
fantastic
but you have the
situation for Liquid
option
and one that
later
they're going to
in
try
the
and
round.
exploit to its fullest extent here inside of round 2. Dota's
Yes,
inside of
important
electrical.
walls.
Notice he has one outside, so break the
Important
window
walls.
down, but still have to worry about the Kiba barrier. We'll have Monty in here, Nitro Cell out, but it's going to
Monty's
require proper product placement in order to be able to get rid of that. And as you would know, Loban very good with the Vector, very good in general with the mechanics. He'll gun down Maya. He's going to equalize this.
Grim is defending
Monty.
Monty.
To look a little similar to what we saw last time with Liquid. They're starting to slow up. We
He
have
has
to see
another one
positive Monty
defending.
play out of this situation.
Thatcher,
Oh, what a
dead.
find from Dodaz on to Nesk. Resets though. He
dead.
goes for 2, and this might be the time now. They've created some space over here. This Yokai drone will have to rotate. It's Lagonis trying to plant. He he's found him, he'll be able to stop him, but this is basically just all semantics at this moment in time. They really don't have anything to stop him unless they go underneath and try and spray through. And they actually do have a shotgun. Didn't see the nitro cell here, but they will have a difference maker in the Monty. And there it is. Resets follows it up. They know that Dots has to work his way up a stairwell. They just need to hold the angles. What a find from Dots. Resets immediately activated. And I believe a quad for him on that round.
Really quick decision making there from Team Liquid, saying, okay, we recognize Yoga Jones gonna
learn a
stall
lot.
out, get those red pings, you know, Ward's gonna go below verticality.
Believe me,
There's a
you
low
learn a
echo
lot
on the other bomb
just
side. We can
watching.
sprint on in, take the 3v1, and the big important thing here is Monty did not go too far forward to be isolated because he did get meleeed, but instantly a team was
Monty
there
makes
with
the
a gun
round.
to take down
Monty
the
is
echo
very
on
powerful.
defense. So
Because
it's very
he's
bold here, I
there,
would say, from WCM
watching
to
you,
challenge,
giving
making a
calls to your
5v5
teammates.
scenario.
Oh,
And to
he's
make matters
there.
even worse,
He's not
both
there
the first
anymore.
two rounds so
We can
far,
push
it's been
him.
Liquid finally
You
opening
can
pick
push him,
without any
you know.
real answer back from WCM.
I have,
So
for
these
example,
are playing
Elysian
up
in front of
5
me.
versus 4 rather favoring
He can
Liquid,
do
and yet
so
it's
many
a
things,
little bit
but
too close for comfort
he needs
because that
support
middle,
behind him.
middle portion of the round rather kind of falls apart, it seems, for Liquid.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I'm
really
saying.
seemed as though they had something
Sometimes,
there to kind of propel themselves forward, but
like
as soon as that
Echo,
pick comes off from
Monty,
W7M,
those
it
kind
completely
of
changes
operators,
things.
they
And
need
this is something
support
that's been
behind
a Liquid
them.
trope for a very long time. If you're capable of punishing them,
Yes.
it's almost like a
Shield
smack to
operator
the
at
face.
least.
They're like, oh my gosh, did I just
Remember,
get
if
smacked?
you have
And they're
a
kind of
team,
stunned for a split
if
second
you are playing
before
with
they
your
make that
friends.
next decision. That's
With
the things that,
friends.
people like Maya provide, where it's
Multi
almost that
and Blitz
instantaneous
can be
response
very
in a
easily
moment like
beaten.
that. Something that we kind
They
of
are
saw
more
out of
difficult
resets there.
with
Even
random
though he
players.
was playing that hard breach S
beat.
operator with the Habana, he was still
If you
more
understand
than
what I'm
capable
trying
of,
to
you know,
say.
reaching out there, getting that moment under wraps, and making it to where Liquid was able to equalize.
Oh, that could have been better for a second. Soft
That's
wall
a Blitz,
downstairs. You see
Ying,
their angular from
Twitch,
Lobin.
and
So if Hibana is just
Hibana.
like assuming both walls
Mira,
being forced, you breach the
Alibi,
first one, you sprint, breach the
Solish.
second one, it's soft, you're dead. So
Look
bit
at
of a
this
cheesy play
peak.
from WCM. It can pay off. Also in this case, there's no harm, no foul. Twitch actually coming out into play now. Can
He
give us
used
an
the
activity
banner
on the bomb
to
side,
open the
but
hatch,
that's not
but-
the important element for me this
just
round.
the
It's the
hole.
Blitz and the Ying combination
have the
because
peak.
you can do a pretty much directed approach here. Ying above,
Ying
Blitz rush the
very
bomb side. There we go.
powerful.
They're just inside the bomb side.
And this is going to be a big fight
see?
here. You saw how
Look at-
distracted Dots was. He immediately
see?
turned on the goggles.
Always one
You saw
behind
Warden's
them,
eyes go
behind
blue,
the shield
and that's
guy.
all you really need. That's why Lewis
Always.
didn't flash him. He's like, I'm just going to sprint at you, and we're going to see what
Because
happens here.
when you have a
beautiful
shield
moment
guy,
there. The plant's
a shield
down,
operator,
and Pengu, this is one of the
You
harder
just
retakes
lead
in
what
Siege at the
what
current
is in
moment.
front
I
of
mean, yeah,
you.
you can see that diffuse out
If you
the
have
window
support
under a
behind
pelican,
you,
so even if
you
the
can
goal
do
is falls to the
everything
bomb side,
in
they'll be
front
fine
of
from
you.
outside the building.
What a find from Nask, and another
See,
one from him as well. A
he's
triple
here
kill on
giving
the round.
calls
This is a
with-
demon
with
with a
shield.
DMR as he'll take out
They
three.
are annoying shield
W7M
operators.
trying for the retake, but there's not really an opportunity presenting itself. He'll down Nask, so at
One
least
is down.
he'll stop him for the
Doesn't
moment,
matter.
but it looks like he might
You're
be
dead.
capable of being
Mid is dead.
arisen
She's
once
dead.
again. 10 seconds remain, only 3 seconds capable of trying to get the
Solish.
plant down, and the Blitz is going to end
See?
it all. A little bonk action at the end, and Liquid with a little bit of a conversation towards the
If you have
W7M bench.
support,
That round right there, I think, is the current niche for Team Liquid. They've been bringing this tournament because
Remember,
we saw it
this
against
is Pro
Dark-Zero
League.
on Consulate.
This is a
We saw it in
pro.
one of the earlier games as well. They just have these very specific pocket strats, as I like to call them, where if they
This is
see a
more
certain
difficult
bomb site set up,
than-
they know it's rushable in this very particular way. And in this specific instance, it's very simple. Ying above,
Because you
just
have
goes
you
like
have
Vanilla
a guy
for
with a
chaos.
shield
Blitzstorms in the
rushing
window,
you, and
quickness
you have
behind,
another one
that's it.
behind him.
Did Maya toss EMPs to
Yeah, yeah.
try and disable Solus downstairs
Yeah.
or something
Teamwork.
like that?
Hey,
They were
teamwork
spamming
makes the dream
EMPs,
work.
they got the
you know?
Cadellas, they got the Blitz inside. Like, they don't just think the first layer or second, they think all three.
That's
Doesn't
damn
matter
incredible,
if
man.
you-
That's something else.
And
Are
that's
an
the thing about
excellent
Pocket
player.
Strike. It's
This
not
is
just one operator.
a game
all
with
5
teamwork.
operators. Because remember, Hibana early on breached the basement
Of course,
wall.
there's
Thatcher
one
then launches
player
downstairs.
or
EMPs
two
the
players.
Solus on the post
They
wherever
are
it could be
gonna
downstairs,
be
you know,
better,
for whatever we
but-
know. And then the Blitz and the Nest
Teamworking.
gets Twitch, they go to the bomb side. Ying's top 4 and just flashing things. Every single person had a
Reinforcing
purpose.
edges,
Hibana, who we saw
important.
earlier, was on drone, so droning the bomb side as the execute went out. So when Liquid, they have one of those kind of rush threats for every single bomb side in the game, at least it appears to be that way, they can get a free round every now and again,
They
and
have
that
a
can
fan
really
read.
build up in a best of 3 series. series.
Yeah, just so clean. Such beautiful siege in a moment like that. And
They
I mean,
bring
that's some of the stuff that you and I love the most, right? Is just being able to see people pull off some harebrained scheme like that.
Yeah.
And really shows how much time these guys put into the game, just trying to figure out exactly how they want to go about these things. As you said, every piece being utilized to its fullest potential.
It also plays into the mental side of things, right? We all know
This is
that
different
if you're going to be
than
roaming far
rank.
off bomb site and it gets rushed once or twice in the game, you're going
is
to be a little
another
bit closer
league.
site next time, but therefore, you're not roaming as far out. That means now if Liquid want to go for a roam clear, they can get in the building much quicker, get those drones to be more aggressive, so the simple fear of
You
a
see
potential
the yellow
rush
pings on
alone will
gadgets?
set you up for failure in the future
Look.
as well. It has a long-lasting effect.
From their teammates.
You can see Nest wants to go so badly for this tank
Always
side.
is
This
the
is the
ping.
default plant down
Always.
here. Stop
Look,
that little window,
look.
get right in behind the tank over here. It's a perfect pivotal position
They
to
are
try
rushing
and get this set
with
up.
Osa.
And oh, they're going to get
They
even
are going
more
to
creative
plant
with it.
there.
I love
Let's
this.
see.
The Nitro Cell might be the
Oh,
biggest
no.
play, though.
Went the
and
knife.
Dot sets off a nuke inside of Animus. Those poor Assassin's Creed members are probably crying. I bet that thing is pretty expensive that they just destroyed over there. And wow, what a shot out of resets. And he's going to get another one.
Ibana
What the
very
hell
powerful.
was that? A 2 versus 3.
Powerful weapon.
Palu's still up with one of the best DMRs in the game. And we have
Big
ourselves
lose.
a moment in time
Defense
where
is
this
winning.
really could go either way, although
Let's
the
see.
case is downstairs. So you're really going to want to see Palu and Resets try and understand this side a little bit more, do a little hand holding, maybe some angle work on that mid floor, try and get another pick here. They
Mute
found
drone.
Dash.
If they can get this down to a 2-2, like you said,
Mute,
that's the
very
opening they need.
powerful
They have
operator.
flashbangs and smokes to work with as well. But the issue is, and this is smart from Dash, he's not going to fall back to side and
very
play 3 people
powerful.
downstairs. It's 2 guys by the bottom side and 1 person up in that roam right now.
Look at this. And behind the tank is going to be Bandit of Dots. Don't know if he's hearing this sprinting Havana, and he does. Oh my goodness! Reset
What the
didn't even know
nature?
where he was. He just turns and
The
burns
reaction.
him down to the 2 versus 2. He has the case, and this could be in pure play out of Liquid. Plant going to go down. Allen just had a loss for
They
words,
plant.
how he's capable of all of these different moments. So finally
won?
be shut down. They've made it a 1 versus
They
1,
lost.
but it's a one and done moment as Resets with a triple kill, but it's not enough for Liquid. W7M nip it in the bud.
Resets has... That's just ridiculous, right? That round is over for Liquid until he showed up, gets a ridiculous 3K in the round, and Palu found 1 injure, but that wasn't enough. Dash comes out on top this time, though this is his teammate on the ground, of course, but still Liquid, they are fighting until it is over in those rounds. They are not giving up, but a great C4 from
This
Dots,
C4.
single-handed to W7M in what looked like a guaranteed round.
So crazy, especially the shots that we're about to see right here. Look at these two, and then finally the split. He has no idea where this guy is. Just cuts on a dime and just points him. Yeah.
That's it right
Yeah,
there.
you and me both, Hugs. You and me
Reaction
both. I
timing,
genuinely
yes,
had to
but
take a moment to be like, did that really
listen,
just happen? And yeah,
that is
yeah,
not
it did. We just saw
just
it again.
about the reaction.
For W7M, that doesn't mean they're going to go down without a
You
fight.
know
And fight they
the
do
place.
indeed. Able to pick up another round.
could
and
be
it's
there
2-2.
or could
what
be not.
else would you expect out of a
when
Brazil
he
on
starts
Brazil
shooting
matchup?
him,
So it's 2-2 right
Immediate
now. But this
react
very well
him
could have been
and kill him
4-0 for
because
Liquid.
he
That
knows
very
the
first
map.
round, it was Dots
You
with
know?
a nasty 3-piece to, come back in that
I know
5v2 situation.
someone
And then
can
previous
be
round,
there.
We saw what happened there. Liquid, they could have, would have, should have
See?
lost the round. Then they made a
And
huge
his
comeback,
reaction.
but then they clutch it back.
Very
They
good.
are fighting tooth and nail every single moment in these rounds, and they're both
And
also showing
even the operator
many different
allowed you
styles of Rainbow Six Siege.
to
Liquid have done the
do
direct
that.
rush, they've done
Ibana.
a roam clear, they've done the half clear, and now we see
Very,
them. They tried the
very
mirror last time. Now they're
fast
trying
operator.
to clash instead.
He's very
So
fast.
now, if the enemy's gonna play a shield, you might as well.
Moving.
And the thing is, if Lagonis locks in Monty, which he just did, Clash is the perfect counter to that operator, because if they stare at each other, Monty will take damage from Clash, but Clash will stay alive. In the current meta of Siege, you don't really play a whole lot of Sophia, so that's not a counter.
More
you can play.
powerful.
Kali,
Yes,
same story.
but
Not
Ivana
the same
faster.
story. Capital might be the
Moving.
only operator, but his pick rate
In
on
an
not even
hardcore
that's not
game,
all that high.
if you have
so
someone-
Liquid's current operator
Bandit
lineup,
or Kaid
no
is way more
real ways
powerful.
to deal with the Clash, I
Listen.
would say.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to
Kaid
say.
is
Is they really
powerful,
don't have a way to try and deal with
but
him
he's
at
slower
all.
than
So this
Bandit,
is a perfect moment for
but
Volts
he has
to
more
try and grasp
health,
this opportunity, make some
or
magic
he
out
can
of it. Lagona's going to
handle
drone things out. They
more
know there's some
damage
people inside
than
of
Bandit.
connector. They're actually going to have Volts playing around Dash for right
And
now, so you
Kaid
can
is
bandit
more
trick
difficult
this connector
to
wall
counter.
here, making
Bandit
life a little
is
bit
easier
easier for him because you're always
counter.
worried about somebody trying to dash up that
On the
medium
contrary,
hallway and get that
Bandit
big
is faster.
frag. He's going to be able to get the drone to check checks out the drone hole as well.
If I
You
have
can
to
see,
choose
Liquid's a little
between them,
stumped as of right
I
now.
pick
They want
Cade.
to try and go quickly, but they don't have the quick breach operator because
choose Cade.
W7M banned out Ace.
Yep, and there it is. Now it comes into play. And now for the first time as well, W7M get the open
And you can do differently. Bandit, you can use batteries in one place.
Behind, and it gets worse because when you play the Monty,
With Cade,
you don't have
no,
that 4
you
guns.
can
3 guns and a shield operator.
reinforce.
They have to isolate the player.
You can electrify
Like Dodos
in
right now is on the
different
catwalk.
ways.
If he dies right now, that could be a way back for Liquid.
Dodes.
Be careful
Not
when you
gonna hard
pick
plays,
an
but
operator
he has an
with
angle to play
a
with back
DMR.
and forth they go, and that's the danger
This
of a
happens.
DMR.
DMR.
Lagonis is around to be able
The
to
damage
pick up
is-
Dodes, and now Reset's working his way inside of IT. Do have a couple of people over here inside of Command Center that we'll still have to deal with. The Clash going to be able to lock up this door as well.
Oh, they have a
That's where
Clash.
things got scary for a split second. But fortunately enough, we are going to have
Didn't
Lagonis slide
notice.
that shield back up in order to ADS in the first place. So Volks will get away with that little bit of a blunder there. And a minute remains. Liquid now having to try
She's not
and
alone.
use an
She
immovable
has someone
object
behind.
up against an immovable object. It's just that one of them does damage, right? As you said earlier. And that's going to be the shock factor for W7M. This Clash play has been immaculate so far. Stuns are going to go in. Lagonis is going to wrap all the way around to the top of blue and try and push himself in now. The Monty's going to try and deal with the ward, and some shots coming in from behind, and nobody assisting with the Monty in any convincing
support
way. He's got a big kill.
from that
Lobin will
player.
flank onto Resets and get that kill, and somehow we've made it down to a 2 versus 2 with both shield players
Yes, Clash
still
is
alive.
nothing.
It's anybody's ball
Alone.
game with
She can do
24 seconds
nothing.
remaining.
Alone.
Lagonis is going to try to plant a huge kill here, and there is no way in hell Lagonis gets out of this situation. Look at him
Difficult
constantly
situation
trying to
for
flick back and forth to keep himself alive with that shield in front of his face, but no can do. W7M, lock it up off of
She's
Lobin's
more
efforts.
annoying
Such a beautiful round of siege from both teams right there because they both
than
pop assault on the
a
fly
good operator.
effortlessly. For Liquid,
She's
there's going to be
annoying,
rotating
Flash.
2 players to that aqua side of the map. You saw Monty fly on in, eat the, a root negate, eat
Oh,
the Fender
no.
mine, etc. Oh, that's a bad way to die actually. And then the follow-up. They take down the ward, that's great. While that happens and they isolate the aqua player, what W7 ends up back with is
Do you know one
2,
thing?
3
When you play
people
with
right
Monty
here,
or
they
Blitz-
gang up on this sole catwalk player from Liquid. So they both
Joseph,
trade on the
what's up,
isolated
man?
positions, but the thing
When you
is,
play with
defense,
Monty or
they
Blitz,
always got the bumps on unlock.
if you-
They got the clash
when
as
you're
well.
planting,
When Monty becomes the planter, you
your
only have
shield
one
is
gun
on your
against
back.
2, and that is not a good
They
op
can
right there.
shoot. They can shoot you
And that was the
behind
biggest
you.
moment for me right there. It's harsh decision making there for Liquid because you either hold the angle and allow a guy to swing
You just
into
have to
you, which a lot of
closer
times
to-
in Siege
yes.
is a pretty rough moment.
When
or
she
you
lo-
just try
she
and play a
lose
softer
the-
angle and potentially they're able
the
to get that
electric
clearance
thing.
through the rotation and get an angle onto
Some
your
people
Monty.
doesn't
So
know
really either way you
Blitz
slice
and
it,
Monty
things can go
can
very
plant
wrong.
with the shield
Liquid
behind
just not
his
capable of
back.
hitting their
They
shots
are
at that moment in
protecting
time. And
himself
obviously
with shield.
W7M more than capable of sweeping round 5 under the rug and taking the
Some
lead
people doesn't know
here
that.
at a 3-2. They really want to end up at a 4-2 split, as this map has been trending defender-sided for practically its entire existence.
It looks like Liquid, they committed 4 drones in the prep phase here to scout out all the potential operators in defense. Likely because, hey, if we see a clash again or something like that, we have to have an answer on the attack and lineup. So they're committing their early drone game for information they can use to make their correct counter move. But this now means they have no drones inside
Nice.
the building, really. Little gap there
No.
from the new jammer. C4 also here, bit of a risk. If you're droning behind at half wall, you get a free kill. If not, you lose a C4 for nothing. Sometimes you hit those, sometimes you don't. W7M, of course, they're not trying to give Liquid too much space or comfortability inside the server. They are trying to disrupt them before they get to that execute setup, which makes sense given the past. When Liquid gets the bomb site 5v5, they always seem to win so far. So for W7M, the earlier they can
my
fight,
gosh.
the better. That's an early fight right there.
That is an insane
Bandit
trade.
doesn't-
Fortunately enough, Resets is on the roof to assist with that. They're going to get a breach on the top floor, but W7M, once again, this is what they like to do. They like to try and get in the face of their opponent and force them to respect their defensive setup. And if you don't, you make a critical blunder, you're more than likely going to lose your life. A Nitro cell here, but he doesn't know that man's on the roof. That was actually a really good guess, but unfortunately enough for him, nobody there, but definitely fortunate for Liquid, given the circumstances of how this offense has been going. It's been like pulling teeth, Nick.
It has been.
Oh
Just
my
keep
God.
on pulling.
What a
And the thing
kill.
is that first kill was alibi trading for Grim. Heavily favors W7M. This second kill, that's just for free. That stature off the board now. Reset, or sorry, Nesk, Maya, Power. Really gotta set up in this round.
Yeah, now we have this catwalk player that has to be dealt with. Fortunately enough, Maya does have a DMR, so a lot of damage could head the way of our Mira.
Yes,
but
DMR is very
oh
powerful.
my gosh, Dodez couldn't have made
Very
a better
powerful.
decision in the moment, honestly. That timing is truly impeccable. He's going to stick around on this top floor. More than likely has quite a few angles built up there as well for things like this window that you're seeing to the left of Maya. Still have to try and deal with this barrels player, and you see now why, folks. Liquid wanted to go for this rush strat. This bomb site is a lot more deceiving than it looks. It can be very difficult on full clears, especially if, you know, bodies start to fall on this top floor, because now Liquid, they have to try and deal with this entire setup with 3 guns up.
He's looking for proof of camera or something like that for information.
Yes,
think they can
only
plan great
Flores
sound there from Paolo. They know there's no intel
has
now.
2
The issue is
drones.
there's a shotgun of Dodez up above, so if they know
They
where
don't have
Liquid
more
is planting,
gadgets.
they
Ibanez don't
can
have
get rid of
gadgets.
it. But the tank also is
Twitch
right there
doesn't
inside the
have
garage.
Drone. Only Flores has
It's going
2
to be Paolo
drones.
that strikes once again. Inside of 4 hallways, Maya.
Mira,
He knows
who's
what's around
better?
the corner. Dodez will be able to trade it out.
Twitch.
Down to the 1 versus 2 for Dots. SMG-12 and an M590. If it's up close and personal, this is going to be the
Sometimes
easiest gunfight of his life.
legendary
He goes for the prone.
Twitch,
He's able to take out
skins
Paulo.
are
Has to
ugly.
turn on a dime. Knows he has to push. And that's it. As easy as pie, ladies
shotgun.
and gentlemen. What a setup for Dots. And an
I have a
aggressive
few
look
of
there. I
legendary
love
skins.
that
They are
angle.
ugly.
The only thing you really had to worry about was what the SMG-12
shotgun,
would
the
do on
shotgun.
hipfire. It
Oh, yeah.
almost goes awry.
this-
But hey,
on
man,
this.
sometimes you just gotta
Game
try it,
is
right?
very powerful.
I gotta say here, it's early to call, but Dots is my MVP, at least in the first 6 rounds, because on 3 of those 6 first rounds, it's him that has been standing out to me, either the clutch moment or single-handedly winning out that round.
Gordon
He played
knows
that
what he's doing,
2v1
yes.
as well as he possibly could. Iceland a player by aggressing into one opponent, swapping to the shotgun, and securing
Can
that
I ask
second
you for
kill.
something,
You can go
Farrell?
for the run
Can
here,
you
but
leave
it's
a like
risky.
on
We gotta retake the bomb site.
this
Instead,
live?
take
Because
the fight,
like
you know
that-
you got it. And to make matters worse, the
This
only
channel
reason
is
why this
more
happened is because the player
recommendable.
that died from Liquid
If you
was
can.
the one guy who had diffuser outside the building. And Liquid said, we got 11 seconds. That's too risky. Let's just go for a 2v1, which honestly, I think is the right play for Liquid. It just happens to be at WSM. They played that moment a little bit better.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think that at the end of the day,
Now they
W7M
changed
is doing a very good
sides.
job of exploiting the one thing that Liquid always tends to do on offense, and that's their pacing. W7M is setting the pace on defense and forcing Liquid to respect a lot of these different, you know, pocket struts in the moment, not
Yeah.
overarching,
Can you
right?
repeat-
Just
yes.
these little
If
micro
you can
plays that we're
leave
seeing out
a
of
like
W7M where they're able to
on this
hop out a window,
live.
kill a guy
That's
in a
the
big
thing.
trade or things
Yeah.
like that. They're constantly forcing
like
Liquid
this,
to problem solve.
this channel
and
is more-
past that, dwindling
they
the
recommend
numbers of
more
Liquid,
this
which makes it
channel.
even harder.
I think you're right. I
With
think
more
those of them,
likes.
they win those
If you
small
can.
moments where Liquid they win in the bigger picture. When the bigger picture is a good plan but poor execution, then you still lose out. So Liquid 2-4, Maya starts at hot, but this is the thing. Maya on defense can absolutely do that
thank you.
same thing to WCM.
Like
swing out of
this,
breach, get a kill,
with
and
more
also
likes.
this dash. 1 single point of HP.
YouTube recommend
this is
more.
basically a 3 versus 4 with Clash alive. Dash cannot get anywhere near that operator or he'll get sapped down and get injured.
Ooh.
All quiet across the board. Pretty feisty first 50 seconds, but past that, utter quietness. They're going to be getting Clash as well. Reverse suitors here, as we're going to have the Monty for the offense for W7M too. So we'll have to see
Another
if
shield
W7M
operator.
can solve the puzzle. So they're going to push past this
Likes
mirror
the
window.
most-
Moment somebody's inside of Commander, so just make sure
Thank
they
you for
play
doing it.
this
Thank you for being here
to its proper
all day.
degree. Don't give too much angle to that shield where it could become problematic. He's going to walk right up into the rotation.
There we
here.
go.
We do have 2
You have
people
one
built
guy
up
with
on
a
this
wall
side.
in
And as
front
you
of
said,
you.
Dash on very low HP, so his decision
Talking
making is
to
going to
his
have to be
teammates.
picturesque.
Look.
If he comes
Oh,
into
he's
contact
there.
with Clash
He's
at
there.
all,
He's pinging,
he just
you know?
dies. That's just how
See?
it is.
He's
So
there.
with a minute and a half remaining, W7M, they're taking their time because they want Liquid to
This is
into
powerful.
this. Somehow, some way, they've gotten this mirror window open.
And he can open the wall.
This is going to make life a little bit easier for them. This might have even been the defense trying to create some more angles for themselves.
It's a little tougher. There it is, the Clash versus Monty. Now, right now, if Clash can just isolate Monty and keep track of his location, that's enough for Liquid. Then you have 2 or 3 other guns in a different location, lock it down. That part of the bottom side,
You see,
Monty
always with
and Dodez,
someone
they have to find a head
behind.
here.
And now the flashes
One
come
or
out.
another.
That's with a big kill, and all of this is just not looking like a W7M round as of right now. Something has to give, and Nesk, so very patient, knows that something has to come in from the other fold as W7M is not making progress. It's all down to the lone player. The clash is still here, and this should be the easiest gunfight that we see follow through on this. But you can see the patience from Liquid. They have case control. They don't really have to sweat this too much. It's Dota that has to make something out of this offensive round. That's the beauty of defense,
Just
baby.
standing
Sometimes you
here.
just got to sit there and practically
Almost
do
dead.
nothing.
She's
They're going to let
almost
their
dead.
clash get eaten up a little bit. He's down to 8 HP, but they can spam the wall to try and assist with this. If Dodes wins this, it would truly be a miracle, but he's making it look good as of right now. Down to 32
Very difficult
HP.
situation.
A couple bullets out of that Vector will most definitely end this.
Yes,
He's going to try and
5.
swing back into the Mira, but it's going to be a headshot.
For
the
me,
first bullet
it's
out of
unfair.
Paulu's gun decapitates
Imagine
him,
if she
and
can
Liquid will
do-
shore up this round count.
Just
Now, I'm curious how big of a factor Clash will play in these
You
remaining
can
rounds.
run.
Because both teams brought out the great
You don't
success.
lose damage.
Neither team have really picked up
Because
those
it's unfair.
counter-esque operators on the attacking
she's
side as
just
of yet.
standing
So
there,
if Monty keeps being brought out,
make
all you gotta do is
damage.
pick up the Clash.
Making
But
damage
of course, when you
to
play
you.
those shields, you are playing one less gun with no Liquid on defense.
For me,
they like to
that's
lash
unfair.
out. That's how they have to play. On attack, it's all about that 5 versus 5 bombs that execute. On defense, it's all about lashing out together at the right moments,
Nice
like we saw in this
headshot.
particular round,
Another
where
one.
they don't give WCM any breathing room to actually set up that bomb site attack.
100%. And on this bomb site in particular, that's why you see things out towards Garage, out towards the top of Blue Stairs, because they don't want to give the offense even a singular foothold. As soon as you let that first domino fall, everything can just go awry for the defense. So, I'm going to see Liquid with a pretty banger round, I would say, especially from Nesk, as he just turned and burned so many people there like a sentry turret, just constantly waiting for the next angle that a W7M member was going to peek from. And now W7M, they got to do a little bit of soul searching. They brought the Nomad the last time, but she practically got no use
Buck on
in
Emerald
the way that we
wings.
wanted to see it get done, especially up against that Clash this time
Buck
around.
is
They're going to bring the
powerful.
shield, but Doke and Thermite are going to be along for the ride.
Now going to be an active roam game from Liquid. They got those castle barricades, Kite Claws, a bomb set denied, verticality as well as shotguns. But the thing is, Ness is injured very early on. Not sure if he can be retrieved.
Oh, wow.
Nope, that's a Monty right there, just storming the building. And that right there is one of the difficulties of, hey, I'm going to roam very far from the bomb site all alone.
1v1
If you
clash,
overstay your
yes.
welcome, you will die very early on. And now WSM, they buy themselves basically 20 or 30 seconds. What I mean by that is, when you get a kill this early on, your roam kick gets all that much easier. You can now take it a little bit slower than usual, but a little bit safer because you already have built yourself a significant man count advantage.
You
That's
need
all
to
this
run
round is
for
about.
her.
More guns against fewer guns. And right now, that's WSM in that lead.
Yeah, I mean, for God's sake, they practically
will
got it for
lose
free. They didn't even
the-
have Doke call.
Exactly
electric
that. They can
thing.
hack the cameras, and they're
He
playing
has to do
Valkyrie, right?
something.
So it just double destruction
just
for Liquid,
waiting,
it just gets worse and worse.
you're dead.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, thank you, Nesk.
you
I
are
really
going to die,
appreciate that.
well,
As
at
you
least
set up info
run for
us,
it.
and we have everything that we really need in order to try and take this downstairs site. They've already forced Liquid back. It's a house
You can
call for
mail-
them as they'll
you
run
mail,
immediately
use
back
the
down the
melee
stairwell. Palu will
on
try and
her
stick around
and try
over
to
towards
shoot
this northwestern side
that.
and see what he can do. But W7M, they get to clear
On
things
their
out
feet or
now.
something.
They have the buck. They have all the breachers necessary
You have
to get
counters.
things open. This is looking really
You can
good.
use
Yeah, and the issue is,
Capital,
Liquid's planning here.
you can
They have
use
two
Gridlock.
C4s they could have used, only one because Ness died. That's likely for a C4 kill with those
On
Valkyrie
Earth.
cameras, but with the cameras being hacked, rather, that's not going to happen. So they've lost 2 win conditions. They lost the roam, they lost the C4 kill. Now they got to play just on the bomb site itself, up against the Monty and one Monty phone call. This is falling apart, but look at this.
We're gonna have Bandit get away, and somehow, someway, Dot stays alive there. That was actually terrifying for a moment. They really need to get rid of this.
my
Surely not. I go for 2. There's absolutely no
so
way.
lucky.
Somehow, some way, that gunfight lasts that long, but I mean, hey, still able to make something out of it. W7M is going to have Loban go down as well. It's a 2 versus 3. They still haven't been capable of getting that breach open. And I think that's where Dodes was stuck for some time, but he's more than likely going to have to rotate back. He's going to flash resets once again, and Dash is dastardly with this as he'll take down 2. It's up to Maya against his old team back in the Los days when they made it to the Atlanta Major Finals. But since then, he's donned the Liquid jersey. He's got an ump in his hand, but he's dead to rights to his old roster. The Bulls take another
they
one.
won.
That's a tough one for Liquid right there because I think they almost
They play
baited one
better,
another. You
I
saw the
think.
Kite player stuck on that pillar position in Cargo. Paolo and Smoke came to swing to help him. They both suffered the same fate. They both died because one player was stuck in the wrong corner at the wrong time. Sometimes you have to cut your loss and say, you know what, I cannot help you. There is a risk that we both die, and then it's pretty much round over. They could have played that round 2v3 and sacrificed the player. Instead, they try and save him.
not
It
bad.
becomes a 1 versus 3 for Maya, who's also stuck in a poor position. Liquid are down now 3-5, and they have called their tactical timeout to settle into this and figure out how can we solve defense, because this should be, quote-unquote, not that difficult.
Yeah, most definitely. This is the easier side. Percentage-wise, this thing's sitting like 57.5. And W7M, even in these clutch moments, they've made it look easy. I mean, what a play there from Dash especially, just constantly pouring those flashes in, staying true to his weapon as well, and making sure that he's got that up and ready for another angle too. I mean, what can't this guy do? Taking down Liquid, hand over
Oh,
fist,
that's how he died.
forcing that timeout, and yeah, what an angle there.
He
That's
was
so
like
creative.
on a car or something else. I don't know what he's standing on, but he's standing there and he's shooting
3
through the
PM?
door.
Between
Let's fight
3
back.
PM
Yeah, that
or
gunfight right
4.
there took way too long between Munch and Smoke, by the way. But this right
Sometimes
here,
I get
Paolo
later.
swinging out to try and help reset on 6 HP. Just
Today,
let that guy die alone. He has 6 health. He's not going to win a gunfight.
Yeah, well,
Later.
and the other thing is, just to take it one step further as well, I
6.
mean, the guy's pouring flashes down. He has 2 options. He either
Staircase
staircase
or
the
ice.
stairwell, or he drops
3
down the hatch.
PM,
So,
my
Paolo,
time.
I hate to say this, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
Just
my
wait.
time.
There's a
Exactly.
patience game that we need to play. This guy is on offense. He has to push you, man.
I know you leave out
That's
of the
the thing
country.
right there where I feel like that's where Liquid did actually blundered the round, and it's very difficult when you're in the server. It's so chaotic. There's so many things happening, and
Which
you know,
country,
where's the
by the
attack
way?
actually coming from? But still, Liquid
think you
usually
tell
that's
me-
where they're so sharp because
tell me
they have
already.
a plan for every single scenario. But for that specific
So
moment,
3
they
PM
got
for me
completely
is
lost.
6
Yeah, and
PM
genuinely,
for
I
you.
think if we even take it one step further, just for that, I think Paolo really thought that he was going to be dropping that hatch when he
Turkey,
swung.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, he must have thought,
Yeah.
right? That's
Yeah.
just something like, he was gonna drop, he's gonna get the swing, 2v1, whatever. It makes sense, but that's just not what happened. So now he looks like a fool.
Exactly,
Portugal.
and that's the unfortunate circumstances, right? You either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain, right? It's pretty rough. So we'll have to see if they can try and right their wrongs now, try and deal with the sins that they've already bore inside of this game. Round 9 now.
I'm
W7M,
from
they have been on a
Portugal.
war path to take Liquid's map away from them. Because remember, folks, look up at your top right here. Chalet,
Yeah.
that's a W7M pick, and then we go to Consulate, which, I mean, you couldn't have more tape on Liquid on Consulate.
Exactly. They've played more than about half, if not more than half, of all their maps so far at this event on that specific map. 3 so far in this tournament. And I mean,
You love water
that
so
is
much.
beautiful.
That
Right
is-
before the C4 or rather the EMP goes off as well.
Well, it couldn't be worse, could it? There's only a single person, well, there's 2 people with breach, but neither one of them are a primary breacher.
Yeah, the
It's
can
going to be the
openers.
can openers, and I mean, I don't really like hopping through those things,
No,
Nick.
no, and you have to do the vault hole because the mirror window is so far down the wall. So this is just a plan B now, I think, for W7 on the attack inside. Deimos downstairs, we get a kill vertically, but also the ones you can jump in, maybe get a plant down.
This is so very smart. They know the Warden's here. What do we have on his
C4?
kit? We do have a Nitro cell. We've got a couple of them. What a
How do you
play there from
pronounce that?
Lagonis. Nice little find. Some angle work here from Armonti.
What?
He's going to hop up on the barrels. This is just insane. What a moment there from Dots. He's going to get absolutely nothing for it. And I think this is the first punishing moment that we've seen for W7M, flying a little bit too close to the sun, and Liquid have once again, they found the morality. They've found what they're good at. It's these patient moments where they're capable of forcing W7M
water?
into more antsy plays,
say
resets, finds
agua.
that, and Loban and the rest of the gang more than likely just going to kind of chill and talk about what round 10 is going to look like, because a 1 versus 5, I don't care how good you are at Rainbow Six
We
Siege,
say
it's not
agua.
impossible.
That right there is
Agua
my
is
Deimos
water.
player at ranked. In the basement, completely alone, not helping the team, 9-1-5, but he's gonna get his one. Ah, he's not. I got my kill. No, you didn't. You also died like the rest of us.
And
Like
it's
this.
one thing I absolutely love about Brazil versus Brazil games. So much chatter from both the benches, man. So much chatter from the coaches. Every single round that is won from either respective team. You got to let them know just a little bit. You know, we've had a couple of those back in our days. I've seen you pop it off a couple of times every once in a while. Got to give people the business, man. That's what it's about. It's in the competitive spirit. I mean, sometimes it's a little bit more than that. Obviously, we have some roster changes here that can make things a little bit more dramatic, but I mean, that's the big thing there, folks. Having Maverick as your primary hard breacher, I hate to say it, it's really never a good idea.
I wouldn't say never.
Water.
I'd say it's difficult to
That's why
execute.
I said it.
Okay, fair enough. I was gonna say, I think it absolutely has its place and moment in time, but with the ace being banned, it just creates this awkward situation where if there's a bandit or a Kai, you can't just EMP ace because then they can trick it with the can openers, or against the can openers rather. But that previous round attack, if you look at how W7D attacked it, they were gonna go for breach into Monty on side, so a direct attack, I would say, right? Go back a couple rounds when Liquid were attacking, they did the exact same thing, but they had more layers to it, right? There was that Thatcher in the basement, EMPing the Solus. It was the Yink in the lane top floor with Blitz rushing the bomb side. Liquid showed us that there is more to just a simple bomb side rush than what W7M tried to pull off. And that's why the results are so different. Liquid won flawlessly. W7M, they lost flawlessly on that same counter attack on the same bomb side.
Liquid are going to extend the map here. Bomb site is going to be on the top floor, but as we all just saw, Lagonis is going to be all the way downstairs with a nitro cell in his pocket. More than likely, some black eye cams sprinkled across the map on the mid and top layers just to assist with proper placement of said
Even
nitro
your language
cell.
is difficult.
Probably not going to be too much action for him as he's just going to sit downstairs and EXO.
Turkey
and
is a beautiful country,
that should
by the
really
way.
be about all he does. You don't want a player that's so far extended out to start showing face too early, because then he's just an ISO pick for the offense, especially if they really want to get down to the nitty-gritty in a moment like that and try and get that easy early kill. They'll get rid of the mirror window with the X-Kairos of Habana. Bulletproof Camera has found one of the cams here inside of Garage, and nice thing about that is it can get disabled by those bulletproofs, but
that's not a good look.
Yeah, not a good look at all. Hands off M&K. I don't exactly know what's happening here. I don't know if he's staring
Must
at
be a disconnect or
camera or something like that. Yeah, I'm trying to look across the board.
Wait,
here
is it just screen peeking? Is that it?
That was it. Yeah.
You was just chilling. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he crashed out.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, a little worried.
He was so chill.
I was gonna say he's actually not crashing out. For sure there. Top of the stairwell. Nice little jiggle peek there from resets just for the info.
I think
fan of those. I might use those too much, honestly. They sometimes get me killed. But hey, man, it happens, right? Nice little angle here. What a discovery from Liquid. And this is the thing about Rainbow Six, man. This is why we call this game 5D chess. Look at this right here. This is one of those things where you die to it for the first time and you're like, how the hell did you know that existed? What is wrong with you? Knowing somebody's behind this Monty, want to try and get the peek out, but resets won't go too far. He knows Monty has a lot of influence, and he can get easily punished here if he overplays his hand. Mira right around the bend as well inside of Command Center, and this has got to go on now for W7M. 40 seconds remain, and W7M have to start to push themselves forward. They have to try and get something going for themselves. It's going to be a rapid side of Garage, and have they discovered him? A shot out, they know one's on the catwalk, but so much damage going the way of the offense. Finally, Palu will get something out of this. It's all down to the Garage player of Lagonis. He's gotten nothing inside of this round except for walking around, really, and he's not going to get anything at all. W7M dust him. They find their penultimate round, and they're looking to take Nighthaven Labs.
Much better attack there from W7 because they attacked from so many different angles. You saw Liquid, they were not sure exactly about what is this execute that is happening. Okay, Monty plus Gridlock is hitting it from Aqua. Then you got a gas at the breach, guy Garrett's door, one guy came to the window. What are you trying to accomplish? Well, the thing is, sometimes you just play for kills. And that's what they did. They got enough kills, they had a surplus of bodies in the server, and you just stormed the bomb site or have that 3v1 crossfire in the end.
Yeah, and personally, that's what I love so much. The patience from the player over on the IT breach and all that kind of stuff to allow this play to start popping on Blue, Nick. That's the biggest thing for me. You need Monty and Grid to activate and start pulling eyes towards that area. And you saw the patience play from W7M on the other side. Yeah, they're still picking up angles, but they're not trying to just rush right in and get right in the face of Liquid, because that's what they want. They've got shotguns and nitro cells and practically everything but the kitchen sink to try and deal with you in close proximity. You needed W7M to make that play on that far side, and it goes off about
knowing
flying
English
colors.
a lot,
And
but
now they
some
could have
problems
the
I still
entire
have
kitchen because
with
they've
English.
chosen.
I
This is a
still
very bold
don't know
move.
some
The
specific
kitchen bomb site. It's a
Dude,
territory. It's one of those. It doesn't get played all that often.
I don't speak
and
English
often
very
when
well.
it does get played, it
I can
does not
explain
favor
myself.
defense. Of course, it depends, but I feel like this so quickly can
But
fall
I
apart as a
don't
bomb site. And Brazil, one of the
know,
fun things about that region domestically is that they always have to play all 4 sides on maps.
Properly,
Clubhouse, they play
sometimes.
bar. Skyscaper, they play master bedroom. And I even lab, one of the first regions that
do my
I saw
best.
that happily played kitchen from FaZe specifically and tried to make that work. So while Liquid is not just gambling this because nothing else is working, they have a strat, they have an idea, but it's still risky from a statistics
Still
perspective.
learning.
They say don't
Also
reinvent the
learning
wheel, but
English
sometimes
with-
that can
with
win you
you.
a game, right?
And with
And
the
that's
people
all that matters. It's like the amount of times that people tried to
in chat
reinvent
sometimes.
Clubhouse, bar back in the day. It's all because somebody wanted to be the one to crack the code and have that in their back pocket. It could come up in a grand final
Yes,
and win you
English
an
is
entire tournament.
good
It's so
and
very
beautiful.
important. Now drones are going to come in. A discovery
More-
has been made
I like
by our
more
buck
English
of
than
Logan, and he's going to
French,
hard breach
for
here into
example.
barrels or Solus standing
beautiful.
inside, and that's going to force Maya to try and work his way back towards the bomb site. W7M, so far so good. They haven't been punished too much on this clear just yet. And the biggest thing about this bomb site is going to be the verticality. Although they do have Loban on more of a horizontal assault right now. No breaching charges for
Imagine
the offense.
if
Some
we have
DMRs to try and
nades
break
on
things up
Buck.
if they really want to. But
I
that
wish.
doesn't mean that they have to go for things in this
And
way.
you can
There's also a
cook
lot of
them.
direct options when it comes to the kitchen bomb
there.
site. And that's what makes it so risky
my
to
God.
play. There's so many different ways that you can deal with this.
Oh
It's a
my-
risky one. They both know each other out there, but who's going to win the gunfight?
Oh, that 9mm deals some very good damage to Buck. He's on 2 HP, tries to work it out with the skeleton key, but a nice play from Resets, and I
Yes,
think
I
they've
am.
done it. They've activated themselves at the
I'm from
right
Portugal.
time, and really, this is the
I
only
live in
way you
Portugal.
win this downstairs bomb site. Instead of allowing W7M to work up to an execution, they get ahead of the clear. They want the smoke right here, right now, and they may have created another flawless round.
I do think that you're right, though. WCM, they misplayed this one entirely because where Dotis is right now, it's clear. That's where you send the Buck. Do vertical destruction in a meeting, get the bomb site pressure, then attack the bomb site. They didn't do that step. Buck was the flank operator from the other side of the map who just lost a 1v1 gunfight to the Frost of Resets. Bit of a blunder. Nice
Yes,
shot, but it's a
Buck made
1v4 now.
Yep.
Good luck.
Yeah. You're going to need it. Flash still zapping you.
What are you going to do about this? No air jabs, no flashbangs, no help to be had.
All hope is lost right now for Dota. It's more than likely just a conversation of what the heck's going to happen, or the rest of the bench just
Nah, you're
thinking about
dead.
what they're
You
going to
just
do
don't know
for
yet.
round 12 here. Some nice shots out. And this ARX, man, it's still, to this day, even post-nerf, it's still a heck of an AR. One of the most damaging ones in the game. He'll
No
find the down
yes, no
player,
more
but
suffering.
there we go. Nest. He'll nip it in the bud, and Liquid will
You
be
have
able
5
to take
players
that
against you,
round
and one of
bring
them
us
is
down
Clash.
to the final round of regulation.
Dude,
So, Liquid, they have found 2-round victories so far. Oh, sorry, that was the 3rd round victory on defense. 2 of those 3 rounds came down to Clash being utilized. So this potential final round, if Liquid would lose, and now we got overtime, curious if Clash comes out again, because that has been their win condition so often. Also counts as the Monty. But for WSNM, they gotta, tighten up on the attack and so right now. Sometimes, yeah, play for kills, but also sometimes you gotta play for an execute somewhere. We've not really seen that from them as of yet, and if Liquid can adjust that aggressive playstyle by playing more utility, they can then shut down WSNM and figure them out. Then it's up to them to now make that appropriate change.
All right, well, we're going to go back to the top level. And this is where things are going to get really interesting, Pengy, because
There's the
the
clash.
last time that we saw this, we saw Monty and Gridlock work their way in the top of blue stairs. And that's where we talked about that play where they had to try and pull pressure from Liquid over towards that portion of the map. W7M is a little bit more patient on IT as well as the catwalk side, find some good angles, and you start irreparably destroying Liquid's setup, taking down bodies left and right. It's down to the lone soldier inside a catwalk, and he's really just been completely boxed out. He's got one path and one path only to try and figure out something, and it simply just does not go his way. So, what is Liquid's response going to be? We're here to find out. It's going to start off with the Legion, but as you can see, W7M, they've completely gotten rid of the shield player.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. If you spot the Clash in the drone phase, you're like, okay, Monty's not going to have a whole lot of effect here. We have to go for something that's, again, more execute heavy. So the Ying makes sense here. I think double heartbeats as a backup also makes a total lot of sense. Thatcher to guarantee if it's a mute or a bandit or whatever in play. Also, again, get that first step, open up those walls. This is a much more basic default kind of approach, but now it comes down to the test. Can W7M do an actual proper execute and
I am
not
sure
fall
they feel
apart in
extremely
the early
hot
to
there.
mid-stage of the
Yes.
round because
Right
Liquid's going to
now,
be aggressively into
even
them?
me.
Yeah, and this could be the round right here that we talk about.
My God,
for
and
the
my room
remainder
is
of this
fresh.
series, where Liquid were so close to being able
My
to
room
pull
is
this
cold.
off, especially with just honestly how poor the offenses were constructed. There were so many times where
even
they
like
could have
that.
just won out the rounds that they'd set themselves up for, but W7M constantly getting away with antics left and right made it so very difficult for them. And now, looking to right their wrongs in the moment. They've been bearing this cross the entire time, but they could force it to OT. We'll be flipping back and forth between offense and defense for both of these respective teams. W7M slowing things down here, not going as aggressively towards that blue stairwell as we saw last time, working their way in towards connector as well as the garage space. IT breach already handled.
I like this much slower pace right now. It just tells the story of the pressure is high. This is their final shot before overtime. And the thing is, if we go the distance, Liquid will have that momentum. They'll have the mental confidence as well and fortitude to go alongside with it. And they have also successfully figured out WCNM on the defensive side at least, countering their attacks. Opening kill is going to be so important this round.
Oh, and what a shot onto Resets. That's a huge kill as well. Resets is the highest kill count player in the lobby. Clash is now ISO'd inside of Electrical. Knows the mirror is trying to flank. Another beautiful kill. And that's basically the round right there. W7M, they find their moment. And they'll take Night Haven Labs away from the Liquid Horses.
I gotta say, that is a bit of a toss-up. I mean, Liquid picked the map. They're supposed to win. They start so hot. They should have gone 4-0 on the first half, in the first 4 rounds at least. But I don't want to say Liquid, they lost those rounds. It was Dots who won them for W7M.
Thank you. That's the key thing right there.
Like
I love that.
Night
You know, it
Haven.
happens a lot in Siege. People are like, oh
But
my gosh,
between-
Liquid's throwing.
Yes,
no, it's not,
W7M
man. I
won.
promise you,
Dots, baby.
you get to see through walls, and it's a
Between
lot easier
Emerald
for you.
Lair
Dots is
and
going just
Night
sicko
Haven,
mode right now.
I
He's
choose
going
Night Haven.
crazy, playing so very well. Not even really putting the team on his back, because everybody respectfully played extremely well for W7M, but man, he was looking good.
The only person who didn't have like crazy numbers was Volps.
Yes.
Maybe he felt bad for Liquid. You know, oh guys, you're struggling just like when I was there. I feel kind of bad here. I'm gonna play worse. JK, my team is just too damn good. We take that 7-5 victory. But I will say, both teams showed up. W7M, big surprise on Night Haven Lab.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, now we got to look forward to Chalet.
True.
And especially with what we just saw, I'm really scared
you're
for
going to
Liquid.
see
Because
Chalet.
W7M was pulling off all of this crazy stuff on Night Haven Labs.
Yep.
I mean, Chalet's a whole different thing. But I digress. We're going to toss it down to Ginny on the stage to talk about some things.
All right, let's break this one down. And because this wasn't even W7M's map pick to begin with, it felt like Team Liquid had a great start, but a couple of rounds were kind of thrown.
Yeah, there was some trolling, there was some throwing. We'll get into that, of course. Like, the start from Liquid was pretty good. They were creating these openings for themselves as well. I like to see their opportunity spotting on attack, creating these entries, getting that space with the Monty as well, getting the plants down. But like you said, there were some rounds that they really could have controlled a little bit better, especially on their defense as well.
So when we're looking at Liquid's performance, particularly here, it wasn't necessarily a blowout from the side of W7M. It was pretty close, but what worries me is that this is their map pick. And already on the desk, we mentioned both of these teams are comfortable on every single one of the map picks that they have here today. And it's not a new experience for them going up against W7M because it's Brazil v Brazil.
I can
You can
play,
also see why they picked
but
Night Haven specifically against
today
a
I'm
team
not
like
gonna play
W7M,
ranked.
because W7M played it before
I don't
in
want
this
to play
tournament
ranked
against
today.
PDS. We're only able to win 2 rounds, one of those being on attack, one of those being on defense.
can
So
play one game
you're
or
picking
two.
into the weaknesses that you're seeing from that team on this map. But some of these individual moments from the players on the side of W7M, we're talking at 1-3-2 from Dots, for example, beautifully isolating the gunfights, really putting the nail in the confidence, as we can say, for these Liquid players. And then on the defense for Liquid as well, there was one round, I think round 8, where it looked like Liquid had all the cards to win that round. The breach wasn't even open. W7M had to divert. And then we're seeing players on the side of Liquid, whereas Time is the 6th defender, go for all these crazy swings that they really don't need to do, and they're essentially throwing the round away.
Something as well that was highlighted coming into this matchup from the W7M roster is the core of lows and how it was individual performances that's really helped them on that international stage. It felt like that was still something that we were seeing, and it was something that we were worried about because we were thinking, okay, well, that used to be the case. It's no longer necessary that one.
you can't always rely on one person to really step up, but I feel like it were multiple players on the side of W7M to do that today. But it wasn't also just showing up in game. I felt as if you were watching the players specifically respond after certain rounds. That's what I wish I know how to speak Portuguese, because it sounded like there was some kind of mental warfare going on, not just from the side of Liquid towards W7M, because the first few rounds were good for Liquid. They seemed like they were getting more angry with it rather, and then W7M were trying to fight back with that, not just in the game, but also with the shouting to the enemy team.
Yeah, and well, that worked out in their favor because
we are
W7M do manage to get their opponent's map big, but we're ready to head over to Fresh, who is sitting with a Telestrator, so take it away.
Thank you very much, Ginny. Now, Team Liquid, they won 2 attacks out of their 6, but actually strategically, they won, I think, 4 out of 6. 2 heroes.
I can open... I'm gonna open Rainbow Six. Similar, yes, but not the same. We have a lot of words they can't understand. Same for them. They have words we don't understand. Do you want to play? Which operator? Do you want to buy on defense? What do you have on defense? Or what you don't have on defense? Which operator you don't have? Which operator you don't have on defense? Because if you have the more important ones, some of them, for example, Thunderbird, Warden Mozzie. Well, Mozzie good, Wamai good, Warden good. For me, if you want to support your team, buy Mozzie. If you want hold some doors, some nades on doors and shit, you pick Wamai. And with Wamai you can move fast. With Goyo same. With Goyo you can protect rotations. What you don't... Who you don't have on attack side? Which ones? Which ones you don't have on attack side? Lot, but for that money, what can you buy with that money on attack side? Just 15? Who? Can you give me the list? A list? Because you have few attackers. Buck, Ivana, Lion, Opened, Amaru. You have Buck, Ivana, and Lion, and Amaru. That's it. I know you have Buck. You only have Buck, Ivana, Lion, and Amaru? If you only have that, I don't know what can you buy with 10, but you can buy we have so many. How many is Ace? Can you tell me? Maybe 20? 15? Ace 10? Ace is very good. In all aspects. Good weapon, good gadget, fast. You also. Maverick is good. Nomad, Ash, Thatcher, Sledge. How many for Sledge? Maybe 5? Oh, these are open. Oh, okay. Okay. So if Ace is 10, Yana is 10. Same Gridlock, Nomad. You can buy one of Maverick, for example, Finka, Zofia, Ying, Ace, for example. You buy one. Try to buy one with your you knowing your style to play. You buy one. What you do more in this game? Open walls, rushing, support your team. Buy like this. Okay. Support usually. Support. Kali. Yana. Do you want to play one against AI with me? Advanced? Kali is good. She's good. She's good. Wanna play one? Let's go on advanced. Let's go. Let's do team play against AI. Let's see. Street. I can bring Thatcher. You have thermite, right? Pick thermite and smoke grenades. Smoke grenades. Pick smoke grenades. Let's see where they are. Let's see if they are on top. Yes, they are. Pick smoke grenades on thermite. We are going to open this wall, and plant here.
Ten seconds to go. 5 seconds before insertion. A bomb must be located and defused.
Let's see. Let's plant there. You can do this here. Look. Look. You can do this. Listen, I'm gonna open this, and we are going exactly. We are going to open that wall. If you can come. Let's see if someone is there. If you can come, please. Please. Come here. Come here. Come here. Yes. This wall. Open this wall. You use smoke and plant. You use smoke and plant. I protect you. Use smoke on that side. On that side. Yeah, and plant. I protect you. Plant. Plant. I'm protecting you. I'm protecting you. Oh, I have the diffuser. Sorry. I didn't realize.
Down to one friendly.
Ah, no. I'm sorry.
All friendlies have been eliminated.
Diffuser. Oh my god, man. I didn't realize I have the diffuser. Let's see what they are going to... This AI is not normal. Advanced. Advanced.
We need to locate a bomb.
Downstairs. They are going to reinforce the hatches.
Be advised your drone has located a bomb. Ten seconds to go. Insertion in 5 seconds.
He's going to destroy the...
Located a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
Oh, I lost battery on my mouse.
Swapping mags!
You can plant here, yes.
Diffuser is active. Protect at all costs.
Careful.
Op 4 eliminated.
Bring Thatcher. Yes.
We need to locate a bomb.
I think they are going to pick kitchen. Maybe. Yes.
Be advised your drone has located a bomb.
We are going to plant here.
10 seconds to insertion. Insertion in 5 seconds. You've located a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it. The diffuser is no longer in your possession. The diffuser is now secured.
You can come. You can come. They are not here. Listen.
Special charge. Stay clear. Throwing smoke!
Bomb diffusion initiated. Protect the diffuser. Op 4
Nice.
neutralized. Mission successful.
Nice. My sound is coming late. I'm
Use your
live.
drone to locate a bomb.
Capcan. Oh.
Your drone has found a bomb. Insertion in 10 seconds. 5 seconds before insertion. You've located a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
You can plant here.
Loading mag.
Diffuser is active. Protected at all times.
Claymore mine up. There's a blast area.
Nice.
Op 4 eliminated.
Easy. They are not so vast. Wanna play standard? Or something? They are not so advanced. And you can learn. Let's do one more. Let's see if we have a different map. You can learn a lot. You can learn so much in this map, for example. You'll see. Barricade. Can you bring Thatcher? Thatcher. No, Thatcher. Thatcher. Pick Thatcher.
You need to use your drone to locate a bomb.
You will see why. You'll see why. All the bomb site is here. Oh no. On top.
10 seconds before insertion.
Oh no, the bomb site. No.
5 seconds before insertion.
No.
A bomb must be located and defused.
Basement, yes.
You must recover the diffuser. The diffuser is now secured.
Can you open? Throw another one. Maybe no. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead.
Is no longer in your possession. Friendly, last operator standing. Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
With aimbot. Look at it. Oh my god.
Need to use your drone to locate a bomb.
No, they are going to lose. You'll see. They are easy. Let's see. No, 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 no. It's here. Here. Can you please bring Thatcher? Thatcher.
Insertion in 10 seconds.
Thatcher, please. Please. West, west, west.
Insertion in 5 seconds.
Ah, yes.
You must locate and defuse a bomb. Friendly,
Oh my
last
god,
operator
man.
standing.
Bandit. No, 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 in front of you. In front of you. Yeah, there. Left side. Ooh. Yeah, he's there.
Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
Aimbot. Your game is out? Out? What do you mean? What do you mean? Like closed or something? We are going to win this round. You'll see.
Need to use your drone to locate a bomb.
Do I have the diffuser? Think not. Upstairs. Upstairs. Oh, you just... Okay. Maybe pressing another key or something.
Drone has located
We
a
are
bomb.
going to plant on this window. Oh. On the other window, on the other side. You
5
will
seconds
see...
to go.
They are so easy. You'll see.
You found a bomb.
Come with me.
Make your way to its location and defuse it.
Come with me, come with me. You will see. On this window.
Reloading.
Wait. Just wait.
Load him back.
Plant here. Plant here. Plant.
Drone out!
Claymore mine ready.
Three bullets.
Reloading! Getting you eyes on the hostiles.
So
Op
easy.
4 eliminated. Friendly
They are
mission
not so
successful.
advanced. You'll see. No, I don't. You'll see this one. This one is more easy
You need to use your drone to locate
if
a
they are
bomb.
going to play downstairs. Let's see. We are going to rush here if they are going to play downstairs because they don't reinforce. Oh no. Yes, he's downstairs. He's reinforcing the hatch.
10 seconds to go. Your drone has found a bomb. 5 seconds.
We don't need that. You'll see. Give me the diffuser.
You've located a bomb.
I have the
Make your
diffuser.
way to its location and defuse it. Down to one friendly.
Sorry. Oh my god. Oh my god, man. Oh my god, man. Oh, he's one
All
there.
friendlies have been eliminated.
This is new. I'm trying to destroy the camera. You pass in front of me. Sorry, man. This site is easy. We never have two operators there on that corner. Let's do it again. This site is easy. Sorry for team kill. Trying to destroy the camera. Let's see where. We can bring Demus. AI Kiev, AI Barcelona. Yeah, I know.
You need to use your drone to locate a bomb.
If you can spot the enemy for me,
Drone has located a bomb.
mute.
10 seconds. 5 seconds to insertion. You've located a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
Changing map.
Hostile, second floor.
Death mark tracker out. I see you. Throwing frag grenade.
Planting here. Please help me.
Diffuser is online and active. Down to 1 friendly.
Shotgun
Op 4
against shotgun.
neutralized.
Shotgun.
Mission successful.
Let's see. Let's see.
We need to locate a bomb.
Hmm.
10 seconds to insertion.
Come with me.
5 seconds. A bomb must be located and defused. You have located a bomb.
Boosting adrenaline.
Plant. Oh no,
Friendly,
I
last
can see
operator
nothing with
standing.
smoke.
Op 4
Can't see
eliminated
nothing.
all friendlies.
Can see with smoke. Can see with smoke. But oh man.
Need to use your drone to locate a bomb.
Can you bring that here? Yes, you can. Oh my god. What these people...
Drone has located a bomb. Insertion in 10 seconds. 5 seconds to insertion. You've located a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
Bad spawn for me.
Time to make a new door.
Cover me! Reloading! Smoke grenade!
You must recover.
How?
One friendly operator remaining.
What? This is not normal. Oh my god. One is here.
The diffuser has been recovered.
One on ping. Be careful with the wall. Use the drone. Use your drone. No, no, no. Behind you, behind you, behind you. Behind you. Behind you. Smoke behind you. Yes, he's there. He's there. He's there. He runs away. Fake the planting.
All friendlies have been eliminated.
I don't know why I die with Bandit. Even here. No. With Bandit on this round. I don't know why I die with Bandit, to be honest. I don't know why. He's supposed to be dead. Maybe the connection. Even here. He's supposed to be dead.
We need to locate a bomb.
I go upstairs. Let's see. No. Downstairs. They win here. They are going to reinforce this hatch. Reinforcing the hatch. No? Yes.
Insertion in 10 seconds. 5 seconds to go.
I'm gonna do the same move.
Your mission is to locate and defuse a bomb.
Clear the blast area! Watch for the blast!
You have dropped the diffuser. The diffuser has been recovered. Bomb has been located. One friendly operator
Oh my
remaining.
god, how again? Oh my god, man. This connection. The connection. One on your right side. Use your drone. Drone. You have time. You have time. GG.
Op 4 neutralized. Mission successful.
The connection, man. I don't know. They are going to pick top again. Yes. Yes.
We need to locate a bomb.
Oh, they are here. Almost. No.
Your drone has found a bomb. Insertion in 10 seconds. Insertion in 5 seconds. Proceed to bomb's location and defuse it. The diffuser is no longer in your possession. One friendly operator remaining. The diffuser has been recovered. Op 4 eliminated. Friendly mission successful.
Nice. connection. I have my wire attached to my mouse. I can't move properly. He's charging. Do you want to do more? Or do you want to play standard? I'm not gonna play rank today. Wanna do more, Pharaoh? Or play standard. I'm not gonna play rank. Sorry. Standard? Oh. Same map.
We need to locate a bomb. Drone has located a bomb. Insertion in 10 seconds. 5 seconds to go. You found a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
The beacon. Oh no, we have barbed wire. have barbed wire.
You must recover the diffuser. The diffuser has been secured.
Activating cell sequence. Turn out! Drone up.
They're behind me.
One friendly operator remaining. Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
On the window. I opened that window, but I thought someone is looking for that window, so my bad. My bad. My bad. In that way? No, I'm trying to help Monty. Bomb clad.
We need to locate a bomb.
No, downstairs.
10
Bomb is
seconds to go.
downstairs.
Your drone has found a bomb. 5 seconds to go. Proceed to bomb's location and defuse it.
Taking point. Get behind.
Blast area! Loading magazine!
Op 4 last stop standing.
Let's see.
Going up!
Op 4 eliminated.
What? That thing is so... They rush it. Poor Legion. Poor Legion. Poor Legion.
Need to use your drone to locate a bomb.
Maybe here? Downstairs? Ella. I think they are going to rush again, maybe. Ash, for example. Ash is going to rush.
Insertion in 5
I
seconds.
think. Let's see.
A bomb must be located and defused.
Cover me! Reloading!
Oh, we lost ACOG on Ivana.
Reloading!
Must recover the diffuser. The diffuser is now secured. is no longer in your possession.
I'm
Friendly,
reloading.
last operator standing.
Reloading. Reloading. They remove ACOG on Ivana. Ubisoft doesn't know what he's doing. Oh my god.
All
What?
friendlies have been eliminated.
So weird today, this game. Look! This game is so weird today. Weird game. Oh my god, man. This game is weird. Today. This game is weird today. Not just today, always, but
Secure
today.
the bombs.
Bomb secured.
Op 4 located a bomb. Protect it.
Device placed.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds and counting. Op 4 has located
to
a bomb.
die?
Be ready for hostile action. Changing mags!
I heard someone. Come on. Annoying things.
What's yours is mine.
One friendly operator remaining. All
This game
friendlies
is
were
weird
eliminated.
today.
Mission failure.
Very weird. Yeah, you are the player playing standard. You are the player. Lol. My god, man. This game, these connections. This is weird. Just weird. Just weird.
Secure the bombs.
Loading new mag!
Fuck me, man.
Op 4 has located a bomb. Be ready for assault. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds and counting. Op 4 has located a bomb. Get ready to engage.
Coming upstairs. They are all going to die. They're all dead.
Op 4, last operator standing.
Loading new mag.
Op 4 eliminated. Mission successful. Secure the area. Keep the bombs protected.
Wall secured!
Be advised, Op 4 has found a bomb.
Device prime. Keep an eye on.
Setting the welcome mat. Laser wire.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds.
Reinforce the
Op 4
wall.
has located a bomb.
Welcome mat deployed.
I'm stuck. Can't move. I can't move. Look. This game is a failure. Removed from match. Dude. Can't reconnect while in a squad? Leave squad then. This game is a failure. You see, this game is weird today.
Friendly, last operator standing.
This game is very, very weird. Behind you. Keep shooting.
Bomb diffuser in place.
Weird game. Even the sound, look. On window, window. Yes, there. Nice try.
Mission failed. All friendlies were eliminated.
This game is weird. Not a headshot. Listen, this game. I can't even vote for someone. Value someone. Look, this game is very weird. Very weird. Very, very weird. Going to restart the game. You have to leave? No problem. Actually, I'm going to leave the game and watch some semi-finals. Yeah, have a nice weekend, Farrell. Murat, good night. No see, brother. Hello, how are you doing, sir? Arsu! Long time no see. Another one. Another one. Are you going to follow with this account also? Or you already did? No? Oh, it's not yours. I'm going to watch the World Cup a bit.
For me personally, the region that gives me most trouble is like NA, because they play like so, like mostly saying Dark Zero. I'm thinking of Dark Zero, saying NA, but thinking Dark Zero, because they play so methodical and like so slow. And I think that's a hard style for us to play against. I think the Manchester Major, it was a good tournament for us. Like we went 3-0 on the first stage, and then we lost to Team Liquid the first game of the playoffs. But we played well, and it's a Brazilian derby, so it's always a difficult match for us to play. And I think what we learned from the tournament is that we had to prepare better. Like we can't put our backs in like in the results of the past. Like we have to get better and to improve always. So I think that's what we learned from that tournament. I don't think there's been any significant changes.
Back in the day,
it's the same roster as it was on W7M. I think the main thing is that we are having a better support from Furia than we had in W7M. We just want to win so bad with this organization because they're giving everything that we need. So we just want to give it back. I think the main difference between the two orgs is the structure. Like Furia has a insane structure in Brazil, like in São Paulo. They have a gaming office like in a building there, like it's a whole floor, like for everyone, and everything we need, they support us. So I think the main difference is the structure they have. In the grand final against FaZe Clan, 2024 Invitational, I think the moment that I felt like we were going to make the comeback was when it was 6-3 for them. Like it was 6-1, and then we made 2 rounds, and then for that moment on, like I knew we were going to make the comeback. Like I was certain of that. Like and I don't know how to explain it. I was just so confident. I was just so locked in the game, and everything just turned out good for us. The coaching staff is not talked about enough, I think, because they are like everything for us. Like I joined this team. They were already here, Igor and Abreu. They both invited me for the team, and like they do everything. Like they support us every day, like everything we need. They do stress, like they improve what we need to improve. So yeah, they mean everything for us.
Give me a second.
Since me and users joined BDS, it's been really good because we didn't have a really good time by the organization, M&M. There was like some big issues happening. obviously we were like teammates, it was still good, everything, but the organization was, everything was going bad. So since we joined BDS, everything is going great, no problem. Teammates are really good, the organization is really good, everything is covered up, so it's been going really well. The pressure, it's not really like a big pressure on us because obviously like before us as well, they've been always making it to the big tournaments, winning and stuff like this, so it's every tournament, like when you play more and more, you just forget about the pressure and just play your own game. Like, if you get the pressure, you're not going to win anyway, so. Obviously, we became second on the Manchester. We did some like big mistakes on the final, which people didn't expect, but same as us, we didn't expect either. But obviously, it's been like 2 months. We've been working on to fix our mistakes and win the tournament. So hopefully, we fix our mistakes and we're gonna win it. People actually think they didn't speak English really well because obviously they were like a French team for a long time, not like an English-speaking team. But they're all speaking English really well. Like people think they don't speak much because not so many interviews they do and stuff, but their English is actually pretty good. So when it comes to like clutch situations, not even only in BDS, like the whole game and the players, it has to be Birthday. I don't think anyone comes close.
I think our team's been doing good. We've played 5 maps, I think, won 4, and the 4 we won were like quite convincing, I'd say. And I'd say Burday's been playing like probably like the most standout considering like his role. He's like playing support and he's been playing like amazing every game. We're Fury next, so I'm thinking it's like similar to FaZe, but I think they're a bit better than FaZe, so we might have a tougher time than we did today, but I'm excited for the game. I think the rest of the guys are as well. Yeah, I'm expecting everyone to be supporting us who's not from Brazil, because obviously we're the only team that's not Brazilian that's left in top 4, so I think we have that on our side. I think we can well, I'll say we, I wasn't there for the first 2, but I think BDS is ready to 3-peat. What do we have that Fury doesn't? Just Striker, that's it.
I don't think BDS has anything that we don't. We won against them in the Manchester Major. Of course, they are like, what they say, a super team, but I think we are too. We are 3 times world champion, so we got everything to win against them. After today, I would say Herds, because he dropped 22 in the last map, so of course Herds. Hopefully he's going to carry us in the semifinals, and yeah, that's him. BDS, like I said, they are a super team. I think it's fair to say that. Everyone says that, and I agree. They have 5 skilled players, 5 very good players, and I think we are going to do like our best as always. And I think if we are 100% in the game, we have what it takes to win against them. I don't know if they have a weak point because I haven't studied them, to be honest. I just came from the other game. So I'm going to study them. I think they got a few weaker maps that we can abuse. And yeah.
I'm here.
Hey BDS, we're going to win against you guys like in the Manchester Major. You know that you can defeat us.
BDS against Fury, the last best of 3 of the day, and also the winner will go into the finals up against W7M. 2 Titans here, Fresh, clashing for that final spot available.
Yeah, we've got another grand final in a semi-final right now. I think if you look back to the Manchester Major, the prerequisites to that, everybody was saying we want to see BDS Furia as a grand final. Kind of the same for this tournament as well. Everyone was thinking these are the 2 main juggernauts. I know FaZe was alongside them, but I think in everyone's hearts and minds, these were the 2 that are the real favourites.
Also, hello, Tristan.
Hello, Ginny.
Thanks for joining.
It's nice to be back, isn't
yeah,
it?
Like,
Wait, just let Fresh just
we're so used to you having you here.
Before my introduction, I used to speak Fresh. It's okay. It was so nice to you on the desk yesterday as well. When
you wasn't. That's why I've got to have my own little star of the show moment.
But no, you're right. And Ginny, it's nice to be back. And it was nice as well to hear both teams speaking so positively about each other. When you're in a match of you know, this standard and this level, it's really easy to, you know, try and go for each other a little bit, right? Maybe rile each other up, as we've seen FaZe try to do to BDS yesterday, unsuccessfully. But these teams, I mean, we can speak about as much as we want, but they're showing the respect to each other. They both know they're the 2 best teams in the world, realistically. Here we are.
Yeah, and one of them is going to go home. Two of the best teams in the world, but only one will remain as they're going to be heading up against W7M. And that puts a little bit of pressure as well, of course, because it is that semi-final. There is no lower bracket. You are going to be going up against W7M. And W7M, I feel like, has had such a phenomenal performance. I'm looking forward to seeing what Furia and BDS can bring to the table, because I feel like from what we've seen yesterday, fresh from BDS, that adaptation that they had against FaZe Clan and just the way that they came out swinging, I was very impressed.
Yeah, we were sat there thinking, especially when they lost that first map, oh no, we're going to have all Brazilian dominance at this event. And then they come out, two massive maps, two confident maps. I think it just shows BDS, they're considered the EU super team, I think you could say. They picked up some really good players, made that change into English as well, but they've gone from stride to stride to stride. I know, there's people that will say, you say it as well, Tristan, I'll really judge them on how they do over the long time, in a year's time. They're not, I'm not going to judge them right now, but even right now, they're still a juggernaut of this scene.
EU's last hope, like, quite literally EU's last hope, or any other region than Brazil's last hope that we're looking at. But if you want to cast your vote on which team you think is going to be coming out on top between Furia and BDS, head over to sccplay.gg and cast your vote. Let us know which one you think will claim the last spot in the finals. Now, this is a matchup that we can hammer home time and time again, and I think there isn't really a lot that we can say to big it up, so to say, even more, because SI champions, BDS winning multiple international titles, including Saudi last year as well. So I feel like both of these teams have something to prove, and it's going to have to get settled on the server.
Yeah, I mean, I think we should delve into sort of some specifics really fresh between me and you. The two experts here. We'll let Ginny have her say a little bit. But
I'll leave.
I mean, for me, like, one of the big talking points was I really wanted to speak about Herds and the way that he has performed at this event. We've seen it yesterday with BDS, where Shaiko maybe didn't have the best time, and still they looked amazing, right? Users popped off or whatever. You have the exact same thing with Furia, but the difference is in Manchester, I feel like we didn't get the best Herds. We didn't see the Herds that I like watching. For me, I think a lot of people believe that KZ is one of the very best players, if not the best player, right? You see it everywhere, socials, wherever it is. Sort of self-proclaimed expert here, fresh. But for me, the job that Herds does is so incredibly difficult and so hard to find as well from a coaching perspective, in that he has no fear. He will open up rounds. He will stick his head in places where nobody else would even dream of putting their drone, never mind their head, right? And he opens rounds up. And that's, for me, could be the storyline today. We've not seen the best of Shaiko. Herds, however, 22 kills yesterday against SSG. Fresh, how do you see that?
We've kind of unironically been saying it across this tournament. He's got that Herds energy. Pointing to other people who made those plays. It's not even hero plays, it's just Herds plays, if you know what I mean. Got that confidence, and it must be so hard time and time again, because at times it doesn't work out, right? You've just got to keep going and keep having that confidence, keep having that aggression. He is kind of the leader of this team. Like I say, I consider KZ maybe one of the best players in the world, if not the best player in the world. I think he's maybe makes the smarter plays, but I think Herds opens up the game so many times for this Furia team.
Yeah,
I think as well, relying here on only one player could potentially be a scary situation to be in, because of what you already touched upon, Tristan, when it came to BDS yesterday, having multiple players stepping up to the plate. So if we were to take the pressure off of Herds, if we were to say, okay, maybe Herds, BDS is going to find a way, they're going to try and put a spanner into work, he's going to try and come through with these plays, they're not necessarily going to work. What other players on this roster, besides all of them, do you think really is the one stepping up?
I mean, with these two teams, you could pick anybody, right? You could pick literally anybody. I think, let's say Herds and Shaiko maybe aren't just absolutely going at it with each other today, right? It's probably, you're looking at KZ and Users, right? That sort of similar secondary entry type role. They don't take the space, but what they do is they use the space incredibly well. They're probably the two best players in the world right now at using space that the entry provides for them, Fresh.
Yeah, they really are. I think Users has got that kind of stardust. And actually, both of them, they just both read the game so intellectually well in the moment as well. They're looking at, like you say, they get that space. How can they capitalize on it? How can they have the most impact and the most output for their team for the least amount of, I suppose, cost, right? And they're very smart players. That's the big thing. Even if you carry on looking further down the field, you look at the back lines, say all of the front lines are gone, you're looking at the back line, you're looking at Philippox against Brede, two people who at any moment in time could just absolutely frag out and win their team. In those clutch scenarios, it's like pound for pound across the park here, you've got two teams that just got such high quality. in every single role against each other.
Yeah, all I'm hearing is banger on banger on banger. It's going to be great. But Uses as well was the MVP yesterday for BDS. And BDS is a roster that historically, when we see them compete here in this region, they thrive. I don't know what it is about the weather here, or the water, or the sun. I can't pinpoint it. But whenever BDS is in this region, they just pop off.
Yeah, I mean, what else can you say, right? I mean, have they lost a match yet at all across any of the 3 tournaments that they've played in Saudi? I don't think so, right? And that speaks for itself. You have the roster there. I mean, I challenge anybody to pick a weak point in that roster. Felipox couldn't do it, and really, I mean, he's more of an expert than we are, right? So...
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, even Solotov said it in the interview as well. He said, people think, oh yeah, these guys are just adjusting to English. No, they speak really good English. He said that. It's like, it's just not a thing. It's just not a factor. I think the only thing, if I was really deep diving, deep searching for a weakness in BDS, it isn't even a weakness, it's just lack of time together. I think what that might mean is, you know, slightly shallower depth of map pool, slightly shallower depth of strategy, but still, you still got pound for pound the best players in the world. So it gets very much, I don't even want to say covered over, but it can be masqueraded by the fact that every player has such individual quality that it's not even a weakness, it's more of a long-term development point.
And I feel like from what we've seen between BDS and Furia last time around to now, there has been that time. There has been that chance to develop. There has been the time to get together and figure out what exactly didn't work. And you now have a redemption from the side of BDS where they can prove themselves that the roster and the long-term development that they are gunning and aiming for is working out.
Yeah, and I mean, finishing second in the Manchester Major for them, especially to Beast Coast, must have felt really disappointing because going into that event, I mean, you made a really lucky tweet talking about Beast Coast saying that they were going to do it.
Look,
no real insight.
Really?
It was luck. It was luck.
No.
It was like he wasn't a random team generator and just picked one.
No. I just believe in Gunnar. That's all it is. It's a blind belief in one player.
That's true. The NA goat.
A little bit of luck.
Yeah, and it's... BDS will now get the opportunity to go against the best teams in the world, probably the ones who they've been preparing for a long time as well, right? This isn't going to be a case of these teams are only just seeing each other's strategy now, or their map bans now, or their prep phases, or anything like that now. I guarantee you these two teams VOD review every match of each other all of the time, no matter what event.
They're like the gold standard. And, you know, it's same for your team. You know, it must be the same for every team across Europe, Brazil, North America. They will look at these two teams on every map like, hey, we need to rework our bank, our chalet, whatever the map is. What do Fury do? What do BDS do? That's how gold standard these two teams are.
And when we're looking at the gold standard in terms of a little bit of trash talk online on x.com, a website that I don't like to go on, but this particularly from Shaiko is... well, I'm going to let you guys read the tweet. One more Brazilian team to destroy today. See you tonight. Wearing the Brazil t-shirt. And you know what was really funny? I think this is one that you both are going to enjoy. Doki commenting under it, have you not heard of an iron? And then he says, well, since you haven't been making internationals in a while, my jersey's in my suitcase.
You've got to comment on that because Doki won't like me if I do. So
I mean, I already did. I already quote tweeted it. I say we should not have let Shaiko learn English because none of us are saying. We're being real careful what we say about Sunny Shaiko right now. I mean, yeah, he's feeling it, right? He feels confident. This is a side of Shaiko as well, and so we've probably not seen over the years. Or maybe he was posting it, but just in French. And, you know, we don't really know.
Hey, it's lovely. I mean, we're going to thrive in it, and hopefully they thrive in it as well because we're ready to go through the map picks and bans. And I can't read that far because I'm not wearing my glasses, but you know what, Fresh, you are our trusty map expert.
Well, the one thing you don't know about me, Ginny, is I'm blind as a bat as well. I'm just looking at the pictures. So BDS picking Oregon could be the last ever Oregon that we see in competitive play. It's a map they've been holding back, but a map they absolutely adore. So they've been waiting to bring it out inside of this tournament. Conversely, Fury picking into Bank. Now, that's a kind of a bold one because I suppose this happened yesterday when FaZe picked into Bank and got burned on it. But Fury will have learned. They will have seen stuff from BDS and been fully ready for it. It might also be a little bit of mind games like, hey, they're going to be comfortable there. They will do the same thing and we can beat whatever that is.
Yeah, and this is such a point for me to make, is that BDS have really not had to play many maps here at this event. They've played Bank and Nighthaven now, twice each time, and they're about to play them again. You're speaking about a narrow map pool. I mean, it's working for them.
It's a redemption arc for both of these teams and a chance to be in the finals. BDS against Furia. Who will take the remaining slot?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Rainbow Six Siege at the Esports World Cup. We got gold coming up, but that's only until we hit the stage tomorrow. We still have one more semifinal, as it has been decided. W7M sit and wait. And they await. What sort of finalists will they face? Well, you know who you're facing right now? Hi, your host, Milos and Ian from the radio.
I am having the time of my life out here. Like you just said, W7M locked in. Who will join them? We have got a grand final quality semi-final coming your way very, very soon.
Absolutely. It's really out of the fryer pan and into the oven, because here at EWC, we are not stopping at any point in time. But Ian, I think we should get it started.
Let's bring them out. Team BDS! All the way from EU, but they are so at home in Saudi Arabia. They've enjoyed nothing but success on this side of the world, and they have no plans to stop their incredible form here and now. They want their spot for another shot at silverware glory.
And you might be asking who can stop them? Well, next up, Team Furia! Our Brazilian squads, they are the world champions for a reason. The best roster, the best players, the best coaches and staff in the background, and this squad has carried gold. 2 majors under their belts. The Invitational victors of 2024, and they're lacking one thing, a grand final here at the Esports World Cup.
Did you see Heads' ice? He is decked out in ice, but he wants that. That's the ice he really wants.
Absolutely, and the ice for both of these teams are their keys right now. So please, gentlemen, place them and take your seats.
We should go watch this in the stands, I think, Milos.
We absolutely will. Let's get it on!
Well, it goes without saying, this is the most hyped matchup of the tournament thus far. Defending world champions Furia going up against the #1 power ranking team BDS coming into this tournament. For both teams, they are undefeated throughout series, only dropping 1 map apiece in their respective quarter-finals. Into the semi-final to see now who can move forward to the grand final tomorrow and take on W7M.
Yeah, very eager to jump into this one, Jake. A match that could have been pitched as a grand final. Bit of a shame that we won't see 5 maps between the two, but fully expecting 3 to be played out. And of all the maps to be seen this evening, of course, Oregon off the bat. And this may well be a final send-off for Oregon, getting exchanged out for Lair in stage 2. And so eager to see what's brought to the server here. It is the pick of BDS. Onus on them to get off to a good start here.
I'm not prepared to give Oregon its flowers just yet. We've got the grand final tomorrow, best of 5, so it means it opens the map pool right up. But you are correct, and it was mentioned as well on the stage. It could very well be the last time we see Oregon for some time. It will be the opening map pool of this series, picked by BDS. And intriguingly, when you kind of look into it, Fury, of course, being the only team at the tournament still remaining that played it, only as much as yesterday, against SSG, in which they did lose it 4-7 to SSG. So I guess for BDS, I do wonder, is it a case of maybe obviously comfortable and familiar map, coupled with the fact that their opponent did lose it yesterday?
Yeah, quite possibly. Of course, both of these teams, sort of as highlighted on the Desk by Fresh, gold standard in terms of gameplay, but also preparation and strategy that would be brought into the server tonight. And I mean, on all 3 maps, it's not really going to be a relevant discussion point in terms of finding strategy, but even more so on Oregon, with it likely going to be either the last or second last time it gets played at the event. So fully expecting to see some new stuff this evening.
And we'll see what sticks and what doesn't.
Yeah, it's an intriguing thought process with Furia, of course. I felt like when you go all the way back to Manchester, a bit of that shine and polish of their SI run back when they were under W7M maybe had just been scratched off a little bit, but so far putting in a very decent performance here at EWC, have an opportunity to actually now make the grand final, and what a grand final that would be against essentially their old organization. For BDS, of course, they are no strangers to this position, to this scenario, and an event like this in this region. Of course, they've been here before, they've done it before. And I think for BDS as well, you know, for me coming into this event, I looked at them as number one. On my power rankings and my tier list, I had them as number one. They had a great group stage, really no faults at all. Yesterday, a little bit shaky, right? Like they weren't perfect. They weren't super clean BDS that maybe we expected. That result against FaZe, go back to Labs 5-7, it actually at one point was like 5-1 in favor of FaZe. They brought it back but couldn't get the win. In saying that, what a bounce back. 7-0 on Bank, and then 7-2 on Skyscraper. That's the BDS that we knew. And if they play like that today, it's going to be really difficult for Furia.
Yeah, I think either way, this is going to be an absolute banging matchup. You've hyped it up as probably being the best game so far here at EWC. I would have to agree. That's my expectation as well as we jump into Oregon.
And we certainly do. To the ban phase we go, and having a look at some of the bans in terms of where these teams have been banning over the last couple of days. Valkyrie, for example, has been pretty much almost like an instant ban for most of these teams that we've got. Monty as well doesn't seem to make it through. Most banned operator at the tournament thus far. The IQ, an intriguing one though, guys. So I'm very curious to see what BDS have kind of cooked up there. Furia, do they take the Monte off the board? No, it's the Grim who does get taken off. Third most banned attacking operator, so not too left field.
Yeah, not too left of field, but still somewhat of a flex ban, especially in combination with the IQ. I was then anticipating the hand to be forced of a shield operator, more than likely the one tank to follow, but not the case, and I'm sure both teams will be employing shields in this matchup.
Same bans from yesterday for Furia on this particular map, so not wanting to change up the strategy that they brought in against SSG with those bans of Grim and Fenrir, the Azami, to follow suit, most banned defensive operator in the tournament. So we head to Oregon. BDS on the defense first. Furia will be attacking. This will be BDS's map pick. They would want to get off to a good start, especially coupled with the fact they are on defense here for Oregon. Could this well be the last time we see this ever lovable map for, well, a good while?
Yeah, and I suppose just rounding out the ban discussion, as highlighted, Valkyrie has been quite a common staple defensive ban throughout this event. Will sneak through. You combine that with the IQ ban, and attacking with that information on the board being very difficult to locate and clear is certainly something we'll be keeping an eye on throughout this match.
Yeah, both teams, of course, dropped a map yesterday in their quarter-finals. For Furia, it got even dicier, an 8-7 win on the third map of Chalet against SSG, so a little bit fortunate to even be here. In some ways, the way in which these two teams won their respective games yesterday a little bit different. For BDS, really just stormed home, the best version we've seen of them for quite some time. For Furia, it almost felt like just scraping over the line against the North Americans, so we will see which team can start better today. BDS on the defense first up. No surprise, we go to basement to begin here for Oregon. Boy, I'm going to miss this map. I love Oregon. I love the way that it plays, the way it flows, but admittedly, it hasn't changed much in a while.
It's called Oregon for a reason.
It is called Oregon for a reason. I do understand.
I just hope Cafe gets removed next. I'll say that every time.
Put the target on Cafe next, please.
Yeah. Well, the Monty brought out from Nade round one, expecting that to be highly prevalent here on Oregon. Anytime it sneaks through that ban phase post-rework, great operator in gaining space, but also now with the ability to melee operators down quite easily and hunt them down really now. Also fragging capable even more so than before. And a couple of different rounds where that Monty will be effective.
Yeah, Valkyrie doesn't get banned out, so immediately utilized, and it's going to be, I think, a very prominent defensive operator in this series. And the reason why I bring it up as well is Users actually going into the semi-finals, he was rated the #1 player at the tournament, has been playing like it, so someone to kind of keep an eye on. Bride as well, actually, yesterday I thought was really, really good, and back in the group stage too, one of the high-rated players. For Furia, it's been JV92, it's been KZ, they've been the top players. It's been a rough tournament though for Philippebox, in the red, negative differential. So we'll see, maybe this can be a kind of tournament where he can get going. Bit of first floor control for Furia, but I think that's just all given up for free because BDS are essentially playing 5 basement. Over towards backstairs, freezes stairs as well for Solotov.
Yeah, I like that from Furia, utilizing the Maverick. Flushes out Charco on that stairs position. He's unable to contest that, play for drone utility. Liquefact still in big tower though. Rotate Attic. I presume his position is known. That's an educated guess on my part. Hopefully, for the sake of Furia, they are aware that there is a roamer offsite.
Developing information on the rappel for KZ. 60 seconds left, guys. It is a basement site. Got to get a wriggle on. Trying to still just really clear out top of Big Tower. This is really slow, and it has been spotted. It's Liquefact onto JB92. The roam has been successful for BDS. The solo roam from Liquefact finds a kill and suddenly throws a spanner into the works for Furia's attack.
Don't often see mistakes like that from Furia. And BDS punish it. Liquefact may find it difficult to rotate back towards site, so it's up to the rest of Furia to force his hand. Looking to try and pinch and apply pressure around the objective. Easier said than done. They have execute utility though, and the Montank's still on the board.
The timing, Solotov watching the freezer push, and it was a push coming in from KZ, and eventually does lose his life to Solotov. Kills going the way for BDS. Only the shield up now. And Snade, who will drop in towards E-Box, and waiting behind him was Brede. Clean start from BDS. I mean, I thought that was just a tremendous solo roam that is rewarded courtesy of Liquefact. The rest essentially playing their role. Stay on site. You don't have to do too much. Let the solo roamer, who I don't actually think got discovered. They thought he was still at top of Big Tower.
Yeah, perhaps playing off dated information were Furia through that mid to late round portion, looking to clear Big Tower. Unfortunately, they lose that initial pick, not knowing that he had rotated over towards Attic. Said that on the replay now, and then nobody in a position to cut him off as he tries to get back towards site. And in fact, Liquefact not really incentivized to rotate back towards the objective because those anchor positions were held down so well.
JB's like basically looking up, waiting for him to maybe drop down as he got droned out and pushed out, but he was already in towards Attic. 1-0 start for BDS. Disappointing start for Furia. Yeah, rather slow in their approach, couldn't deal with the roam, and eventually the hit onto site was, yeah, completely unsuccessful. We head over towards Kids Dorms. Interesting hold over towards Pit, mirror window, and looking in towards Trophy. So they can play in towards Attic. Means that for BDS could be a little bit more of a lockdown in towards site. Although roaming at the moment, Liquefact on the Solus, in towards Dining. I wonder if he might play the roam game again here and try and get a bit of first floor control.
Yeah, early line off the rip here from Nade. Perhaps trying to find a pocket of space somewhere for an entry around the map. As mentioned, games will open, and so Herds needing to be mindful of that. Equally though, the defense of BDS not wanting to fall into that line of sight and give away anything for free. Solotov is holding the entry over towards Trophy with a deployable shield. Big Tower presence again from BDS on
Beautiful
defense.
multi-layered defense right now from BDS with Big Tower, and you've got Liquefact actually in towards basement. So for Furia, it's also very difficult to hit that direct site because Games Wall's opened up. So typically, if Games Wall was reinforced the way that it usually would be, you can kind of sneak in there and then eventually try and open it up, but yeah, it makes it very difficult to kind of push through quickly.
Yeah, and they're trying to gain information, but the mute is stalling that out as well. So Furia now need to find the tools to gather that information so they can make a decision. But KZ will fall into a frost map. Can recover himself, of course.
Not ideal though, in towards Armory, now very low on health. Flash, it does land on to Solotov. Might look to pick back on the Frost. Again though, Herds having to watch from multiple angles, expecting the attack here from BDS to come through, Games to come through. Trophy into bedroom though, Herds gets aggressive, and honestly, Furia needed that. Someone to just push through. Put the onus on themselves, and why not the Ash, who can then eventually deal with that mirror window as well in Pit. Really good little pressure right now from Furia building in this round. Users gets a big kill, but so does Philippox as well towards White Stairs, and suddenly this round is rather scrappy.
Yeah, not a whole lot of pressure over towards White Stairs and put Brede on an island. That mirror window critical for BDS, but cleared, and so they will now be forced back. Man disadvantage, 60 seconds for Furia. They find themselves now in a much better position. We'll see though if they're able to convert. Users up close, anchor roll, 10 HP. Liquefact at a tradable position, and Shaiko back towards double window. That window not opened up. And so Shaiko will find himself in a really powerful position to anchor in the back of side as Liquefact pushes forward.
Gets him. Huge timing from Liquefact. Had he been even just a moment slower, that flash would have connected. He wouldn't have been able to swing onto Nade. 3 versus 3. Users and KZ both low on health. Still some time. Certainly time to stall out. Oh, good shot again from Liquefact. Controlling that position. And Shaiko as well to double down with him. And suddenly the round falls apart for Furia. Liquefact again Talk about an opening start for him and for BDS in the opening 2 rounds.
Yeah, BDS found themselves in a position where somebody had to try and make a play with users low on HP. LiquorFact, sure, probably could have traded it out, but trades at that point in time were never going to be enough. So he pushes forward, able to dodge the first flash, at least momentarily, to get that pick. Able to then steamroll that into more with Shaiko, as aforementioned. Back towards double window with that not opened up, and a lack of pressure really around the objective from Furia. They were able to combine and get to work nicely. I thought that this position here, over towards top white, Felipox unlocked that. That could have been to the demise of BDS. Ultimately, though, the push forward from LiquorFact, that pick there, massive.
Yusuf,
and in the 3 versus 3, he held down Trophy really nicely. And Furia, in terms of their timing for any trade opportunities, well off the mark. Certainly not looking particularly sharp on attack to kick this match off.
Yeah, incredibly defended again from BDS. It's not just a case of 5 on site, the way that they had one over towards Big Tower, basement down below. You got the roam game, you got the vert game. Furia going rather direct. The hold in towards Trophy was really strong as well. In saying that, Herd's actually got a really good pick in towards bedroom. Then you open up pick by dealing with the mirror window. And as you said and pointed out, Felipox towards white stairs. So Furia were kind of getting through that checklist, and that puzzle was slowly being solved. But they ran out of pieces to solve it.
Or
and,
at least
it's 2
they
to nothing
say
for BDS. We head over to the tertiary site. Kitchen immediately.
I don't know.
For BDS, Furia only managing one attacking round yesterday against SSG on Oregon. They had quite a few opportunities as well. So something to kind of keep in mind. I am expecting this to be defender-sided, but for Furia, these are the kind of rounds you do need to win.
I mean, Oregon heading into this tournament was always going to be an interesting discussion point. There may be some teams that have sort of left it on the back burner and didn't create anything new for this particular tournament. Maybe there's a world in which BDS have cooked some stuff up, putting all their stock into this event. With the prize money on the line, that certainly would make sense. And so if Furia are playing something dated, BDS may well have a good read on that. And as you are highlighting, attacking prowess at this event hasn't been amazing. Limited sample size though, and still an opportunity for them here. Round 3 on the tertiary site to start gaining momentum. The Monty will reappear. May as well look to rotate over towards small tower here and execute a push in towards kitchen.
With the hand in his pocket.
Double globals as well available to Furia with the Lion and the Docker beat to try and gain info.
Opening kill for Herds. Takes out Shaiko. Now, much better on the roam clear here. 3 classroom now for JV92 as well.
Yeah, I know.
Solotop get aggressive, holds the position.
On these days,
through split in towards Garage,
famous,
takes the fight, but doesn't land the shots. Logic Bomb, second one to ring out. KZ just decides to sneak through and in. Takes out Breeday. One in towards site itself, and he's aware of that. Flashbang utility dump. Successful from Furia, finding these kills quite quickly. Solotop on a bit of an island and sends out the Nitro Cell, and it lands perfectly and brings the round back into contention now for BDS. Suddenly, the Montang with a lot to do to push forward. Can pull out the pistol, but Herds and JB92, they get the kills that are required. And the round that is required for Furia.
Yeah, that's the kind of snappy attacks that Furia really thrive in. We cast their minds back to rounds 1 and 2 where they got stalled out, largely due to good offside play from BDS. That time around, though, able to find relatively free entries. About as free as you're going to get in this kind of series. And Furia will, more often than not, convert those advantages. An early overpeak there from Shaiko, and KZ aware of the lurk main. As we roll through these replays, every single one of these fights, good, confident shots from Furia. Bit of a fight back from BDS.
Basketball.
Ultimately, not quite enough, and it was users on an island in the 1 versus 3.
Who's your favorite
now,
player?
Jake, we can officially say we may have at least a map on our hands if Furia can remain competitive on the tertiary side.
I mean, that was a big round. They needed to get that one.
For me,
we always kind of look at Oregon as that
no one better.
split. Get the 2 tertiary sites. If you can steal anything on the primaries, I mean, that looks great on the record. I imagine BDS looking at their lineup again, they're going to play into a bit of a roam game maybe this time around. The Aloe, the Capcan, Legion, so lots of trap utility. Last time out, of course, on this very side, it was LiquorFact over towards top Big Tower, and then eventually in towards Attic. Enough to essentially ruin the round for Furia.
LeBron James.
Now this little kitchen holdover with the EDDs placed by LiquorFact might be stomping ground. We'll see if he does hold out in this vicinity. But it is Shaiko with an opening kill. Spawn peek onto JV92. Takes out the Maverick.
Yeah, I think it may have been from Garage.
You've only got 2 secondary hard breaches now on Nade.
who has been able to quickly get into Big Tower here, so...
Can't die here, otherwise nothing will get opened up.
I don't think Shaiko has any idea.
Yeah, Shaiko's got no idea. There should be a kill potential. Oh, the EDDs, though, give away the position for Nade. Headshot angle, but Shaiko's just a bit better.
My God.
Nade loses his life, and with the drop down into E-Box, back to site. Advantage BDS. Logic Bomb not going to find a lot here from KZ, and I don't think the Jackal will do a whole lot from here either. Back to site is really the motto for BDS, but Solitop, he's actually still second floor. He's being hunted down.
Very good on,
still a lot of time in this particular round. Furiat certainly can go hunting to find him, but as they do go hunting, he gets the kill, eventually traded, and it all ends up still the same. One player advantage for BDS.
You can leave the message. I know you're joking. And
yeah, Furia looking up the pacing again here in round number 4. But really off the back of BDS forcing their hand. Again, another good roam off-site. Big entry from Shaiko, doubles down in meeting. We saw the effectiveness of those traps in this round as well, especially the cap can. Felipox and Herds, two phenomenal players. Herds especially has the fragging power to maybe bring this round back. But they need to gather information to facilitate that. Drones up. Oh, there's 2 Inox scans.
Well, that helps out Felipox information towards blue. The drop down, though, the close push from Shaiko does get lit up, but he stays alive. And unfortunately for Herds, loses his partner in crime as Felipox cannot win that battle on the push through from blue bunker. 60 seconds left, 1 versus 3, with Shaiko very low on health. Herds with a lot to do here. He does have the diffuser. But really for BDS now, it's a matter of just hold position, hold your spot, don't have to move, don't have to swing, don't give away any kind of information, force him to clear out, force him to push into you and into sight.
Well, he clears the BPC, pushes forward red ping, but uses too good on swing up close on the chassis, and another primary site goes the way of BDS.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking very solid on this primary site. We're not really seeing too much of an opening for Furia. BDS both winning out when they're anchoring on site, but also when they're roaming off site. They're able to take contact fights, and even more so when you consider Shaiko going for the spawn peak onto JV92 at the very beginning. Huge kind of play to do in a semi-final with a lot on the line when you go for those peaks early on. But yeah, there it is, straight through main entrance. Easy headshot kill. Then a second as well in towards meeting. He was able to do quite a lot of damage in this round. And really, Furia could just never really get any kind of momentum back in there. It just felt like they were always playing catch-up.
Yeah, the roam game from BDS here on Oregon has looked really sound so far. Furia are finding it a challenge to produce, favorable opening duels and entries and then snowball off that. That's the environment in which they thrive, where they get the opening and they quickly snowball rounds by constricting their opponent and not allowing opposing defenders to then reposition into good positions themselves. They're just not being afforded those opportunities.
And it doesn't help right now for Furia. Their best 2 performing players of the tournament so far, 1-4, 1-3, KZ and JV92. I mean, JV92 didn't really get much of a chance in that last round, but you need your top fraggers fragging out, especially when you're in the attack here of Oregon. Big site coming up, kids dorms. We always know this is really one of those big sites where certainly far more avenues for the attack.
Map, Oregon?
Last time out though, a very good setup from BDS. Like Furia really couldn't do much to break it down. Herds. Straight away on the balcony. Little sideline. This is so aggressive in towards Games. Can he find anything up close? He does, but it's not what he was looking for. A shotgun to the face, and Bride gets the opening kill. So aggressive from Herds, and maybe just feeling like he has to force this. He has to do something to get Furia up into an advantage early in these rounds, but by doing so, walks straight into the trap. Shotgun up close. Really nicely done for Bride.
Yeah, the good mind there. Really well placed by Shaiko. If that wasn't there, Herds likely would have been able to push forward, get an opener. Really uplift his team here on another primary site attack. Unfortunately though, a 4 versus 5. Let's see how the rest of the team can now step up to the mark. This open hold games continues to provide pressure for BDS onto their opposition. Furia finding it difficult to deal with that. Oh, Nitro outshot. Liquefact takes the high ground now on the boost and plays for his life.
Yeah, JV92 trying to just help out, but he cannot do anything to help the angle there of which Shaiko had against KZ. Another 2-player advantage right now for BDS, and Liquefact back in towards site. Oh, this is looking horrible right now for Furia. BDS, whenever they want to do anything in this particular map, they are able to do it without really much hesitation. 5 versus 2. JV92 with a slow push in through Attic, but it feels like he's having to look in so many different angles and areas. BDS just don't know when to counter punch. when to push forward, when to hold. And Furia right now do not look like the team dictating tempo. It's all BDS and looking very likely to go up 4-1.
I'm gonna say to you, I can talk to you in
Primary
Portuguese
sites have been
if you
really
want.
well locked down here by
Like this.
BDS. Felipe
Posso falar contigo em
1v4.
português se tu quiseres.
And Shaiko shuts down
Do you
JV92.
understand something?
And Shaiko's hot right now.
Gets the last as well. He's
Did
looking
you
good.
understand something?
BDS as a whole looking good. Very strong defense so far here on Oregon. 1 round to go in the half.
That's the problem though, right? It's all well and good to be dominant on primary sites. In Siege, it doesn't really matter how dominant you are in rounds, especially on primary objectives. You now need to convert the secondary, the tertiary. Because a 4-2,
You don't
for
even know how to
Furia,
say hello?
I'll take
Hello
that.
in Portuguese
I'm sure they'll be a little
is
bit disappointed and
Olá.
frustrated, obviously, that the primary sites didn't, you know, go according to plan. But a 2-4 salvage on any map in this kind of meta at an event that overall has been very
Olá.
defender-sided, that's okay.
You say
Well, I'm seeing the side
Olá.
choice actually for our upcoming round, and it's not kitchen and meeting, it's kitchen and dining. But
Yeah,
another very
is
dominant
hello.
round for BDS. They get their 4th round. You kind of made the point there. If you're Furia and this goes
If
to
you
4-2,
want to
you're happy.
ask
I mean,
how
I don't
you
know if you're
doing
happy, but I think you're
is
probably content.
like
I think
this.
the BDS, though, getting 4 rounds as well is the same measure. I don't think they'd be too disappointed if this does end up
Como
4-2.
estás?
Does mean for Furia, of course, they're going to have to be
Como
just as
estás?
perfect on defense
Is
when
how
they
you
switch
doing?
halves. BDS, though, if they can get a 5th round here, kitchen
Or
and dining,
how are you?
it's going to be very difficult then for Furia to bring it all the way back.
So take a repick then, Glaz into the board. I thought maybe we'd see the Ying, typically quite prominent here in Oregon. There was even a phase where Ying was essentially an instaban here on this particular map. Instead flexed out for the IQ this time around, but not to be.
Exactly.
Ying
Como
eventually
estás?
doesn't make it through, but they do have sense in play. So a set play potentially on offer here from Furia, something that they've been able to cook up. I couldn't even theorize what it's going to be. You're probably listening to the biggest ROU hater on the talent team.
And then number 2 right here as well.
But I will say, in combination, especially with the Glaz, Felipox will be quite mobile, yet be able to see through those walls. And if there's any team, honestly, that could cook something up here that is well calculated, it could be Furia.
They're on opposite sides of the map. Felipox, the glass is over towards small town side. JV92 still construction side.
True.
Oh, headshot though. Okay, you don't need the ROU. You don't need the send. Users will sit down, will not be a part of this round any longer. A little lurk down below as well for JD92. Well, there is the sense, and he's just going to back his way out. You do not need to enter in through blue. You can go back out. You've got a bit of pressure over towards small tower. Play as a team if you're Furia right now. For BDS, they're going to have to, honestly, renegotiate this round a little bit after losing users. It's a matter of, do you continue to roam, or do you bring players back close to site, or at least the nade? Talk about aggression here as well in through dorms. Furia certainly getting a lot more map control this 6th and final round.
Yeah, the Thatcher is in place, so they could go for meeting control, open up in towards kitchen. That's certainly viable. Look at fact though, repositioning over towards classroom. They may throw a spanner into the works. Doesn't quite get that kill. Really eager to find something here to bring it back into a 4 versus 4. Logic bomb rings out. It's Herd's holding down the line, low on HP. Look at fact though, able to escape through elbow.
Yeah, Herd's very lucky to stay alive. 6 HP. Used the logic bomb as well to maybe just add a bit of defensive layering. Elsewhere, Shaiko finding a kill on the JV92. That one just over towards kitchen.
What matters is your mentality, your will to do things.
Still with the glass, but no more
your
sense.
energy.
You saw Felipox already on the glass, find a kill without the sense. Final logic bomb
your
rings
objective,
out.
your dream.
Courtesy of Herds. Another bit of contact in through the showers in towards security and KZ. A little bit of a fallback shot.
What
Finds
makes
the kill
you
onto
believe?
Liquefact trying to get the trade, unable to do so. 6 HP now for 2 players of Furia. And Solitov takes a player out as well. It's all going the way of BDS now. It's going to be very difficult for Furia. Nade needs to do a lot. So far, 0-4. Still on that donut. A chance to get off it, and he does. Lands the shots onto Liquefact. 25 seconds left. No diffuser, though, with these players. KZ running over to go and collect it now, small tower side. He has been able to acquire the diffuser. Nade will do a little bit more through meeting into kitchen. He's going to have to take the fight with Shaiko. The timing, though, Solitov just beats out KZ. Again, Kit now on the floor. Nade needs to find 2 kills in 5 seconds, and he hasn't got enough time to do so. There's one, and all Solitov needs to do is hide, and hide he will. Round win for BDS. 5 rounds on the board in that opening half.
Big final round of the half there from BDS. Able to check off a tertiary site.
Do you have a dream?
And on Oregon, probably the most unpopular objective to select. Over towards kitchen dining. Can be a difficult one to nail down, but they threw some interesting ideas into the mix.
Fleapox with a great opening pick, but then Sharko doing a really good job holding the backside of the map. Solotov as well was able to escape small tower and critically get a pick on his fallback as well. Nade then was left alongside KZ. They were split on opposite sides of the map because the diffuser had been dropped earlier on. Made it then difficult for them to connect for trades. Allowed then that remaining defender inside of Showers to play time.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like at least one of the rounds in which Furia had some success in the earlier portions. Fleapox getting that opening kill on the glass, of course, opens things up. 5v4.
You want to live in another country?
Map control. I thought they clearly had a bit of an understanding that it wasn't just going to be a small tower push. They wanted to get players on that backside over towards big tower, for example, and maybe try and go for a pinch eventually. But any of those pushes, big tower side, just all fell apart. In through garage, into a split, all fell apart. The only success they really kind of found was on that small tower side. And eventually second floor in through kids' dorms, but that was really it for Furia. So BDS have acquired 5 rounds from that opening half. 2 more rounds required to take the opening map of this best of 3 series. Of course, Bank on the other side. This is the map pick for BDS. Furia also did lose this to SSG yesterday.
Oh, you don't know yet.
I suspect if Furia make the grand final, they will be banning Oregon.
Well, it is also a BO5, so maybe they can let it slide. One last send-off.
Well, to be fair, now they're on the defense, right? So this is where you can get a really good momentum build-up. If you can get those primary sites, suddenly it's back to 5-3. And then the tertiary site, Kitchen and Meeting, you win that 5-4, and all the pressure's back onto BDS. Oh, a little drop-down shot all the way through security to freeze on Fleapox. We'll get the opening kill of the round.
Fade away.
Are you married?
Down the hatch, nice shot back up through the vert.
Do you have someone
That's what you want
in
as well.
your
Let's
life?
get that opening kill. Everyone can go back to basement. That was perfectly played and timed for Furia. BDS with some work to do now without Liquefac. No buck. So no soft breach really in this round.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Such is the nature of Siege. Typically, basement objectives are the most powerful for the defensive team, and they probably compound the best when you have a man advantage early on into the piece as well. It really shuts down the ability for the attack to go for trades. Crossfires are easier for the defense to establish. So this is going to be tough for BDS. Certainly not impossible, but a challenge. They will need to play essentially perfectly from here. Hope that they can maybe find something for free.
The angle.
But it's Shaiko to fall.
I don't mind that though from Shaiko, because you're in a position now where you're going to have to force it a little bit, try and push forward, clear out an angle, take a position like Freezer. You're down a player, but by doing so you lose your life, and further compounding in the round now for Furia, a 5v3 advantage. Well, that's an impact grenade that did not land onto the Rotero. Shield lost. Nade will have to re-navigate his position. 60 seconds. Logic bomb going out from Eustace, and it's going to be the push. Well, they basically line up for Herds. An easy double kill for him. Solotov does find 2 himself in towards Freezer. Fleapox is here as well. Very close left side. He's got KZ in the hallway. But JV92, the third player, the third factor, outnumbered in that situation. 1v3. It's always going to be difficult. Furia, they will take the primary site of basement 5-2.
Yeah, I'm hoping we get a replay of that opening pick, because that looked pretty gnarly. Certainly an opportunistic moment taken there by the defense of Furia. Here is that shot. Oh, that was clean. Liquefac did not see that one coming. Establishing the vert himself up above with that skeleton key, trying to prevent, ironically, the drop down through the hatch, but loses what is actually for him a favorite fight. Good conversion then from that point onwards from the defense. Good trade set up. And Furia looking rather confident now.
Yeah, it's one site though. It's one round win. It's
something.
It's laundry supply. It's different. Now we go to Kids Dorm.
How old are you,
This is where you're going to be tested a little bit more.
Under 18, not a problem.
Curious to see what they bring. So they go to Bandit actually. Shockwave batteries in
You're
play.
young. That's good.
I would imagine to electrify games. That's the hesitated guess. Obviously, you can also leave one over towards the other side of Attic and towards Big Tower.
Yeah, I would presume it'll be an Attic juggle. Maybe to an extent they can be used on site in combination with the mirror as well, depending on what config they go for. In terms of the attack, important to note that Nook is being brought. Again, as I was sort of highlighting before, didn't actually eventually get stuck, but Ying also, again, incredibly powerful and this particular objective for gaining space to the likes of double window, for instance, or a pit drop. And then Monty goes without saying, can also be great for creating space. Back to this Nook, though. Not particularly favored currently in the comp meta.
An interesting little proposition here, but only the secondary hard breacher is actually brought into the round along with the ace. So that juggle towards Attic could be a successful one. JV92 is pre-placed in there. You can see second floor, Attic. Love that little feature.
Nate needs to be a little bit careful here that he doesn't get snuck upon by Liquefac. Again, likely being brought in counterplay to the Valk.
Yeah, but they're roaming. I mean, they're on the move. That's what you want to see from Furia. It's very easy on Kidstorm sometimes to just bunker in towards side, especially if you're playing something like a Bandit Juggle into towards Attic. You can really block off a big avenue for the attack.
Oh, he's going to get a kill.
Liquefac should get a free one here on to Nade, and Nade will fall.
Well,
yeah, Nade just wandering around aimlessly in the dark and eventually runs into Liquefac. Advantage BDS. Deathmark has also been utilized here by the Deimos of Shaco. Just put some pressure, perceived pressure, onto Herds. Nothing really all that direct. One shot though from Shaco. The push through into bedroom.
Like, for example,
incredibly favorable now for BDS with a two-player advantage on one of the primary sites here of Oregon.
Imagine in sport,
the amount of information that Brinde can give over to the rest of the team. He essentially has spotted all three of the remaining members of Furia, confirming their locations, their positions, and Shaco with a headshot onto KZ. Philippox clearly trying to do something, but it's too little too late through Z. Nitrocell, even if it does land, it won't matter. It's a 5v1. BDS ripping apart this defense of Furia.
Well, he marches forward to his loss. A flawless round from BDS.
If you're a woman,
I really like what they brought there. The composition, real nice.
You compete against
the Liquefac work down below.
If you're a man,
he was ultra patient.
Men.
It took until a minute 45 remaining for them to get that opening pick, but essentially risk-free. Converted it from there. Bride on the Monty, as we were sort of alluding to, relaying really good information, and the pick clear there from the attack.
My entire life.
Essentially perfect.
Well, you kind of look at the emphasis for both teams. So if you're Fury, the emphasis in that round was essentially the juggle towards Attic. We want to block off detail
terms,
hopefully then for the late game we can kind of play in towards Pit, for example, off the mirror, right? Then you also have a bit of a presence towards the game side.
You can have an advantage.
Have one player roaming down below. So what are BDS
you know what I mean.
Straight through bedroom. They put pressure immediately
into
Attic from the only avenue you possibly can. They deal with that, and then you are able to have facing in towards Pit, in towards site. The Montaigne gets so much vision. They dealt with the Roma, essentially just completely outplayed Furia in that round. That was a very dominant round, maybe the most dominant round we've seen. As it was also
do whatever you want.
So far
life
in this
is
particular
yours.
map.
You're born with your life. You can do with your life whatever you want.
Of this series.
I don't give a fuck, to be honest.
Yeah, BDS's Oregon has been super clean so far. Here is that replay package. Again, the Nook work down below. Shaco with a couple sharp shots as well. The Deimos pressure to compound in towards Pit alongside the info relayed from the Monty was really, really nice. Nothing too fancy there from Shaco, but just landing those favorable fights. Doing his job well. Great cut off top white. Flawless round. And I don't think they really have too much to be concerned about.
You're a woman now?
Nah, put nothing wrong there, did they? That was absolutely flawless from BDS. Now, Furia is certainly going to be some question marks here. I mean, but it is also an Oregon map in which they're going to be now 0-2.
Well, they doubled down, and they're going to bring the clash for round 9. Hiding inside of that kid's bedroom position, hoping that it doesn't get discovered.
No bandit.
You see some people...
Nope. A Rooney in play as well. We've seen quite
a large
amount of variety here in terms of comps so far.
I'm a man, but...
Yeah, largely the same though for BDS. I don't imagine they'll play this exactly the same. Herds with an
your life is your life. Their life is their life. Oh, what? For example, I'm gonna give you one example.
For BDS so far here on Oregon.
On the other day,
quick work of
on the other day,
to begin this semi-final.
I go to anniversary.
A long way back now for Furia. You know? 4 defensive rounds in a row.
And some friends are saying, you made the decision to
takes that one out. Bride will join through behind.
Like I live.
Shaco, I think, eventually wanting to get himself over towards White Stairs.
Well, I didn't ask for your opinion.
Now, at least in positioning for Furia, instead of holding one deep Attic.
They have a feeling
they also
like
have one side of game floor opened up, and that's where Nade is sitting on the clash. Although he has also fallen back, so he can take the shield battle if he likes with Liquefac on the Montaigne. So it's kind of like, I think maybe wondering wherever the Montaigne goes,
if you don't have support from anyone, dude,
very much
you just need to
expecting
support yourself.
BDS to go for a double window top white push, maybe repel kids. That's where they're playing currently. Not a whole lot of pressure over towards Big Tower. That's still locked down by JV92. Not much action over towards bedroom either, except
the lurk from Breeder outside main
No one
entrance.
is gonna
Just looking like white stairs, big window
resolve
up
your
above,
problems for you.
bit of pressure maybe from down below.
know,
Solotov also just kind
you
of
have to do it
lurking
for
into
yourself.
a split. So that's what you want the buck. Open up the floorboards, get some pressure in 90 seconds, bit of time.
The others' opinions.
But I don't emphasize there's going to be too much effort in towards Big Tower.
That
I
will
say that though, and
be
Liquefact actually rotates
a point
over
in
here.
your life.
Yeah, interestingly enough. Oh, but that's big. The Warden down.
Listen,
Users, you can
in
see the
your
Candel's
life,
cooking on the Ying now.
You will reach a
straight
level.
in, smoked off the moment, so
You
not a lot of
will
vision.
say,
I wonder
I
if the
don't
Bolt will come
care.
through. JV
Like
does
what they
find
say,
2
you will
kills
see.
though. Absolutely
Remember
required for
these
Furia.
words.
Breeder able to get one, but eventually
In
traded.
your
Look at
life,
that.
someday you will
the map,
say
by the way,
to you,
while all
I
of that
don't
was
care
happening,
what
the
they
one
say.
tank wasn't even inside of the building.
You are going
Huge
to
triple
live
kill
like
from
you wanna
JV92
live.
and keeps
That's
this
it.
map alive for Furia. As Liquefact
That's
getting
it.
electrified and eventually shotgunned. And Furia find a
Your
third round.
life is your life.
So it was big from down below. BDS clearing out the Warden, and immediately they seized that opportunity to try and activate
you
the
have
Ying.
one life.
I think the fallout from that, though, was, as we're sort of mentioning, the Monty not in the best of positions. They didn't get a whole lot of value from that, not a lot of pressure. The Clash ultimately was able to deal with it anyway.
That's it.
And so it fell apart there for BDS.
I can talk
Couple
better
of nice
with
shots
you
as well from
about this,
JV92.
but in my language.
And Furia just
I
extend
can
this
give
map
you
a little more.
advices.
Is that the first round? We're seeing Furia really kind of maybe
Extremely
outsmart
good
BDS a little bit.
advices,
They certainly looked like,
but in my language,
to be
my
fair,
English
I wouldn't even
is
say it
not
was
enough
outsmart. I think just
to
out
say
mechanic, right?
what
Let's
I
look
want
at the
to
radio
say.
package. So this was big, right? Warden falls, we see the Ying activate, but then JV92 just with some really nice shots gets
And
one,
remember,
post off white,
in
the
this
second.
life,
I don't think this is big brain
it's you
necessarily,
against
right?
yourself.
It's just hitting
You
clean
don't
shots,
have an enemy.
maximizing
And
opportunities,
if you
and
have an
BDS
enemy,
putting a couple of foot.
the
I mean,
enemy
JV92
is you.
again, another big shot here. That was a fight that
You
he
look
should
at
have
the
lost.
meter.
I think the emphasis I'm also putting on is probably the Clash
you
play
see
and
your
trying
enemy.
to maybe hinder the Montang as much, because if you think
Your
back one
enemy
round prior,
is you.
how much the Montang was able to do because they couldn't deal with
Nothing
it.
else.
It's true, it's not running around
Nothing
killing
else.
people, but he was able to get so much vision, so much space, able to progress
if you
the
have
attack
to
forward
beat
for BDS
someone,
in
it's
that
you.
round. Liquefact was essentially just not even playing. He wasn't
One
even
day,
inside the
these
server.
words
6
will
to
make
3,
more
3 more
sense.
rounds required for Furia.
You'll see.
See what they can do. They do get the ability to go
Life
back
is
down
simple.
to basement now.
If
So
you like
luxury supply
do something,
to see
you
whether or
fight
not they
for
can
it
get this to
every
a
day.
6-4 scoreline. Capcan in play.
No one
with
is
some
your
of those
enemy.
EDDs. Also
No
actually
one.
being selected by Liquefact, wanting to stay on the shields, but putting the Montang away for now.
Being
11 kills, by the way. And
If you want something in your
Watch
life,
thread
fight
yesterday,
for
and ever
it.
since that
Every
thread got
day.
put up on Reddit, he has
Every
played
day.
really, really well. Don't go too early, kids.
For example,
Okay, so these
People
Talon
say
shields being used outside blue
I
currently.
have a dream
Makes it a little bit more challenging for KZ to contest, not running impacts.
and they work 8
so just
hours
something they
a
now need to be
day
mindful of
for
for the remainder of the
someone,
round if he wants to
and
lock down.
at the end of the day they don't
bunker.
have 1 hour for themselves.
As we can see here from the perspective of Breeder, obviously he can't see it, but we can. A couple of red outlines on
That's
the
it.
first
I
floor,
fought
meeting
and I got
and
what
main
I want.
stairs. That's for
Exactly.
Leapbox and Herds respectively. Currently
Exactly.
being droned out by BDS.
Every day.
They'll likely want to
Every
contest
day.
these
You have to
positions
do
if they
it
are to
every
try and
day.
open up
Step by
that
step,
meeting hatch.
every day.
They do have the
Success
Impact M
is not
and the Secretary Hard Breach to deal with the Electro
Immediately,
Claw.
you know, real
For
success.
Leapbox, though,
success.
their biggest
It's not
barrier to
immediately.
entry at the moment is in full sight of the attack, though. Oh, I like this.
Yeah, I've been spotted. Yellow Pink saw the... Oh, what was that
see
from
this?
Philippe Potts? Shotgun just got sent to the Shadow Realm. Spotted his feet, pinged him out, knew where he was, and yeah, a quick little shot from Philippe Potts. Well, as good as that shot was, Furia have also fallen apart very quickly, and now BDS have got the advantage for the remainder of this round. Sight opened up, bit of pressure. JV92 and Herds, last standing duo into basement as users droning out. Liquefact already in a very aggressive position through blue bunker.
How is that happening to him?
Oh, JV92
and
gets the kill and brings it back to even
My
margins.
God, dude.
Drone down back stairs, but spotted and shot out. And Brede, just at that moment, was making his way towards blue as well, looking to play in behind Liquefact, now by himself.
Oh, Breeder can open up bunker here by flushing out Herds.
Logic bomb.
Hasn't really been able to necessarily play directly of that, though. 30 seconds now, and they'll double stack.
What?
Trade kill.
Logic bomb, yellow ping, yet JV92 wins the fight against users, and Brede with the rotate towards backstairs
have a
for the
nice
second time in a row.
gaming chair.
Rotates to his teammate, only for them to be dead by the time he gets there. Okay, very interesting round there as Furia finds a second in a row. 6-4 on the scoreline.
How did Philippe Box win that fight?
We're about to see it.
Like, what the hell was that?
I want to see it.
Oh, wow. It's not every day of the week you see anyone, like, just outgun Shaiko, period. Yeah. But not from that kind of position. You're prone, forced out by a grenade. They know exactly when you're going to pop up. That was crazy. Either way, though, BDS will now call their tactical time out. They're one and only in this series. Just to talk things over, how are they going to convert this map? Still 2 more opportunities in regulation.
3 of the last 4 rounds for Fury. I mean, evidently it's defender side. Oregon has always kind of played it in that manner. We look at those 2 floor split margins, but the issue is the fact that we just saw a basement win. And prior to that, Kid Storm. So if I'm correct, this should be a complete tertiary of Kitchen and Meeting coming up, and then potentially Kid Storms for that final round of the half. So some really good time to talk things over, actually, for both teams, courtesy of the BDS tactical timeout. We are indeed going to Kitchen and Meeting. Here is this replay. So Philippe Box, oh my god, guys.
Which student
I mean, I don't have to say anything. Everyone just saw that. Wow,
in the beginning,
that was clean. But there was still that period of play post that. It actually felt like BDS were wrangling momentum in the round.
I left
unable to convert that though off the back of JV92 locking down that pillar position. We saw the executive decision to then double stack the rear stage position as well. I think in hindsight that was maybe not quite it. Equally though, Fury with the blue bunker hold made it kind of difficult regardless of where BDS were going to try and hit. 6-4 the scoreline. Tertiary now in play, meaning Kitchen. And the best opportunity for BDS to convert the map. You lose this.
In the beginning,
OT beckons.
Listen,
yeah,
I do
think
that.
Kid Storm's certainly a site in which Fury will feel
perfectly
comfortable and say this tertiary site. Although, of course, that was the particular site in which BDS did win. One of them.
I start to
bring them on tank once again. Oh, with the Capital.
Act differently in my life.
To be employed by BDS. A bit of a change up as well for Fury. We see the Malusi. Those Banshees will come out, 4 of them. Herd's cooking though towards bedroom. No one there, by the way, on that side of the map for BDS. For reference, big stack towards the construction side. In through blue bunker, maybe thinking about the push, but evidently not. As we watch Liquefact rotate back over towards Big Tower. It's a very early logic bomb as well. Shotgun to the shield. In fact, has got Liquefact very low. That is some successful shooting from JV92.
Yeah, 53 HP, so Liquefact now needing to be perhaps a little bit more conservative for the remainder of the round. Early signs pointing towards a stack in towards this big tower position.
But you don't
the default
like
plant position on the stage.
In the beginning, I like. In the beginning,
may still be an opportunity for a look elsewhere over towards small tower. Or
I don't know, man.
Through front door.
I don't know. I changed. I don't know.
But Fury have responded.
I continue studying, but I change.
The hatch up above in attic also soft. They can open that up if required. Nate hears me and opens it up. And so that means that
you're not
BDS
average
will probably have to try and consider clearing up above if they are to try and get the point down. It is soft. And so Shaiko may actually look to death mark that position and does so successfully. It forces that space to be cleared.
Keep going.
And Solotov can confirm that with an
I did the contrary.
Yeah, Herd's also just trying to play some contact through pit, but he has been just pushed out of position. Just over a minute remaining. Heavy contingency still on this first floor for Fury.
You know what's happening now?
Herd's up in attic. Interesting. JV92 over towards basement. Freezer. Philippe Box actually over towards Z. Hertz does find that opening kill. A big one on to Solotov, and the push in towards Meeting has successfully begun for BDS. Nade very much stuck on a bit of an island. Hertz that does lose his life in attic and KZ's to fall as well. BDS are going to have the numerical advantage now for the remainder of this round. It's 4-3 in their favor with 40 seconds left. Liquefact with the kit. Pushing forward so aggressively. Thinking about pulling the pistol, but he doesn't even need to with the help from Bride, and now can stick the plant. With crossfires established for BDS. Huge kill from Shaiko. 2 left up. Eventually from Philippe Box, who just walked in, who was watching for BDS. Their eyes were closed momentarily, and Philippe Box will close them, but no, not for long. BDS win the round. What a scrappy end to that one for this map of Oregon, but it does eventually go the way of BDS. What a strange finish.
Yeah, they're able to weather them down. The tertiary site proving too difficult to defend. BDS taking
their map pick of Oregon. Is it the last time we see
And
Oregon?
even me, I
in Rainbow
can
Six
say
Mobile? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But BDS able to tick that box nicely.
Yeah, a very interesting end to that round because BigplayaFps, I wasn't expecting him to be able to just waltz in to sight, deny the plant, then he gets the kill. At that point, I'm thinking he's doing a James Bond special ops mission.
Only the first wins.
BDS to their credit still had
Always
really good positions in which they were able to get the answers, get the trades, and eventually get the map win.
Yeah, they had a really good game plan. I really enjoyed the BDS defense, and I think Furia, unfortunately, found it a little bit difficult to break down.
They certainly did. Let's go and see what the studio has to say.
What a last round.
BDS
We thought there for a second that the special mission that Philippebox was on was actually going to be coming out to fruition, but that was not the case. BDS take this one very convincingly, very quickly, and it's Oregon. So I guess they really want to write their name down in history as the last team that defeat Furia on Oregon.
Yeah, I mean, they could be the last team that ever wins a match on Oregon, right? So that's the kind of thing that we don't know right now. I mean, BDS for us, Fresh, we sort of spoke about, hinted towards it. Any of these three maps that you think on paper favor BDS, it would have been Oregon, right? It was their map choice. They started on a good side as well, which is, I suppose, surprising to us as well in a way.
Yep. Yeah, it was surprising that Furia, obviously when BDS picks that map, Furia had the choice of starting defense or attack. Obviously chose to start out on the attack, and we kind of hypothesized that it might be a show of confidence, just prefer starting on the attack, try and set the tempo, but it didn't go well for them at all. They were 1-5 on their attacks and always chasing their tail. Now, it is Oregon. There is a reason it's leading. It is very defender-sided. It has two of the best defensive sites in the game. So we did see that mini kind of comeback mounted, but it kind of just wasn't to be. I thought, realistically, they didn't do enough on their attacks. And it started from that very, very first round, I do want to say, when the whole of Furia team were trying to chase out Leakyfact from that top floor tier 3 roam, and they couldn't find him. They were chasing a ghost, and that really set the scene for how BDS were going to play their defenses. They were going to be mischievous, they were going to be devious, and they were going to be aggressive together as well. And Furia really, to be honest, had no answers for it.
Was the attack pick potentially more towards the thought of thinking it overtime and where that would put them?
I think Furia historically they're one of the teams who do sort of quite like starting on attack, don't they, Fresh? And it's, for me, I don't know why, Ginny. I couldn't tell you, but I know that top teams like starting on attack. You know what? Let's get this out the way. This is the hard side. If we can pinch a couple rounds here, they're going to be demoralized going into their defense.
Gives you so much more confidence. If you say you hit that 3-3 mark on Oregon defense, if it wasn't 1-5 and it was 3-3, gives you loads of confidence going into that second half, knowing that you are in full control. Like I say, I would call it like a calculated gamble. Obviously, it's not paid off inside of this game, but it's paid off plenty of times for them before.
Being first
yeah,
is not
we're
that
looking at BDS. They're the ones that get to take away their own map pick, and that is not necessarily what we've seen from them yesterday. So that also brings questions on what we're going to see on Furia. Almost called them W7M. What we're going to see on Furia's map pick from the side of BDS, because it feels like they have adapted and they have made changes, and it's come through fruition, and Furia's struggling a little.
He did that.
Yeah, and I think we saw BDS, unless I'm mistaken, yesterday, bank was their 7-0 victory over FaZe, right? And they also started on the defense. So if they were to start defense again, just like they have map 1, I don't know, it looks difficult. It looks tricky for them on paper, but Furia are an amazing bank team. It's the one thing I commented on during the match. For me, I think Furia at their absolute best, and they play at their absolute best when they're on big maps. Lots of space. Herds, go take this space. KZ, I'm going to follow you in. Let's use this space together. Let's pinch things. Let's work together. And I think Oregon, we just didn't see it. As we alluded to, Fresh, BDS just controlled the pace of it. They really did. But I think historically, Furia are so good at controlling the pace on the bigger maps.
I guess we're going to have to wait and see, because that is the next map that we're going to be heading into. And talk about controlling the space, any other adaptations that we're expecting, because obviously we're aware that they're going to control the space, so BDS should be aware of that as well. They've lost to them before. They know how they'd approach this. I'm expecting something new from BDS.
What I'm trying to say is,
something
when
new,
you work
something
old,
I'm going to say one word.
So bad, and you are not the first
I wouldn't say it's something new. Maybe a revitalized Shaiko within the current system of BDS.
Digest,
thought he was excellent inside of
Sunny Shaiko?
Sunny Shaiko, that's what we're going to start calling him. I think you peddled that to
understand
I don't know if that was one that you created or not, but yeah. If you look at these kills from Shaiko, I think particularly on the defense, lots of it isn't going and be the guy that's the front line. It's a lot of trying to help his teammates, play around his teammates. Of course, there's some of that, but even look at these kills here. He's not necessarily the first one in the building. He's had to adapt his game because there are still plenty of other aggressive players on the side of BDS, but he seems to be actually prospering within that.
Yeah, and a 7-4 scoreline comes out from the side of BDS. And if I were to say this, like, pretty dominant, I don't think it would be debatable.
Yeah, I mean, 2 of Furious round wins were what? Laundry defense, right, Fresh?
Yeah.
As we know currently, right now,
For
it's
example,
probably a big reason why Oregon's been removed from the
in a
pool.
private
It's the most
college.
defender-sided bomb
We
site
all
across
playing
all of Rainbow
football.
Six, all of our competitive
And
map
some
pools,
of my
maybe even our
friends have the
non-competitive
opportunity
map
to
pools.
go
It's the strongest bomb site.
the
BDS controlled the pace of this. You've seen it there with
professional
Shaiko.
club.
He didn't even need to
Some
be all
of
the way at the
them
front because they
play
Fury just
in the
couldn't open
same
rounds
club
up in
that
a way. We've
Ronaldo
seen it in
played,
one
Sporting.
time where Herds really
I
tried
don't
on that
know
kids
if you
attack where he
know
thought, you know what, I'm going straight
club
through the master
Cristiano
bed, straight through the
Ronaldo
closet,
play
and Bredo was
first?
waiting for him with a shotgun.
And I think that was a real
Sporting in
acceptance
Portugal.
from BDS's point of view that this is
Some
how
of my
Herds plays. It's
friends,
not, let's go and
they have
target
the
Herds, let's not
opportunity.
go and take him out of the game. It's just like,
At the
be
time,
guns up, be aware,
I
be
didn't-
ready that he might
for
just come
example,
floating through
and
a
I play
rotate
good
that
football.
you're not expecting. In that
I
instance,
didn't
Bredo
have the opportunity.
absolutely was ready
At
for
the
that.
time.
And I think BDS were fully
For
ready for how
example.
Fury play.
Yeah, Hertz was a player that we highlighted
You know?
from the side of Fury, and we said that this is one of the players to look forward to in terms of how he's going to be able
But
to open up
to be
some of these
honest, at
rounds.
the time,
BDS was
I'm
looking
not a
forward to it as
fighter
well,
for
and they were ready for that
football
too.
at the
But
time,
we
you know?
are also ready to head over to a break because we have our second
So,
map of this semi-final ready between
at the
BDS
time,
and
if I
Fury. So
have the
don't go anywhere because you
opportunity,
genuinely
if
do
I
not want
don't,
to miss this.
It's okay. But my friends, some of them, they lost the opportunity and they are not happy. Not happy because they are trying to work for it. This will be on everything like music, acting, sports, medicine, you know. You will have your fight one day. More 5 minutes. I think I'm gonna leave. You will see one day. Dun-dun-dun. I'm gonna leave it for today. I'm here tomorrow. If you have time and if you can, take care of yourself too. Thank you, brother. I see you tomorrow then. Goodbye.